edits, no mask, just truth in the air. Laughs in the room, real talk everywhere. Late night thoughts, say how we feel. This ain't for the fake, this is something real. Good conversations, new perspectives in the mix. Pull the curtain back, yeah. Time to drop the filter, listen close to this. Beyond the filter, we say it all. Real voices don't blow when the truth calls. We transcendence don't mean same chance to pull up a seat. This one's for you. Beyond the filter, beyond the filter, where the real ones speak. Beyond the filter, where the real ones speak. Where the real ones speak. Yeah. Yeah. Turn it up, let it breathe. No edits, no mask, just truth in the air. Laughs in the room, real talk everywhere. Late night thoughts, say how we feel. This ain't for the fake, this is something real. Good conversations, new perspectives in the mix. Pull the curtain back, yeah. Time to drop the filter, listen close to this. Beyond the filter, we say it all. Real voices don't blow when the truth calls. We transcendence don't mean same chance to pull up a seat. This one's for you. Beyond the filter, beyond the filter, where the real ones speak. Beyond the filter, where the real ones speak. Where the real ones speak.
What's up, Dominique?
Hello, hello. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
You didn't say that with a lot of enthusiasm.
Oh, happy Thursday.
You said-
Welcome to another episode of Beyond the Filter with our very special guest today. Shavonna B is for Bitch, Please Stay Out of My Music, Brooks. We're so excited to have her here tonight because like I was telling y'all, like I made a post, a late post, but a post. And I was like, you know the funny part, but baby, the story, sometimes the story past the funny, past, all of that. It's something worth knowing. It's something worth hearing. A wise person who lived a lot of life in such a short amount of time. So it's going to be interesting talking to her. So y'all click share, click like, get us some traction over here because we got to go on a fucking journey, right? Dominique, how was your week?
Yes.
We missed you yesterday.
Yeah, honey. You know the government don't mind throwing projects on you at the last minute. So they needed some things, and when they say they need it, you just say, "What's the deadline?" Let me tell you something. That's so okay.
Uh-huh.
We have to send them quarterly reports.
Uh-huh.
Then after we finish a grant, we have to send them a final report. But then months later, they say, hey, send us y'all's final report on this. It was just like, we already did that. It's just, it's nuts. It's
That's a lot of work.
absolutely nuts. It's nuts.
Too much.
But they love giving it to you at the last minute. So when they call, we have to get on it.
Yeah,
But I missed y'all yesterday too. Did y'all have a good time?
we had a good time. But before we talk about what happened there, how was your appearance in Little Rock this past weekend?
Honey,
Did the club
it
sway?
it swayed. It was a good time. It was really nice being home. And like I had told you while I was down there, there was a moment when I was like, oh, would I consider moving back home?
Mm-hmm.
Because seeing all of the familiar sights, the old neighborhoods, and all of that stuff, it was just like it was real nostalgic. And it's just kind of like, oh, there's just a lot of elements of home that I miss. But then you'd be like,
Yeah.
what am I moving back home for though? What would be the benefit of moving back here?
Right. I battle with that sometimes too when I go to Memphis. Then I get there and I be like, well, no, they good down there. But you got so many other familiarity is priceless sometimes because you know everybody. You can you're more connected than you are sometimes in your city that you're currently living in. So I get why someone would want to move back.
Because you were there this past weekend.
I was there to judge Vogue, International Vogue, along with our guest tonight, Shavonna Judge too. And
yes. Shavonna Judge?
Shavonna Judge and performed.
They trusted Shavonna to judge?
They trusted her judgment. It really did. They said, come before thee.
I bet it was a good time.
And show thyself approved. Yeah. And it was a really good pageant. Of course, Natasha Braxton won. Gracie Freebush got first. Armani Nicole Davenport got second. And Kendall won for the boys. He's on a spree right now. Eric Rainbow got first.
Okay. I didn't know he was.
Christian Braxton won for the plus guys. And Ace was his first runner-up. This guy named Change was second runner-up. And it was just 2+ girls. It's Janaya and Lysandria. Lysandria, this is her 5th time competing for any part of Vogue. She started out in the newcomer, but they took newcomer away. So she moved up to plus. It's her 5th year, so she finally won. And that girl cried. That girl cried for an hour and a half standing up there. She couldn't stop crying. Even when she left out of the building, she was still crying. She got in the car, she was still crying. She got to a hotel, she was still crying. When she made her post, she was still crying. All the way up until Monday, that girl was crying. But I know that type of excitement is real. You really want to be something.
I saw your post and I was wondering, what did your post mean when you had asked?
That baby couldn't stop crying.
Was she still crying?
She was so delighted.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So that just goes to show, hey, Miss Lori, that just goes to show that maybe she was not meant to be newcomer. She was meant to be something else. Yeah. And so the moment did not happen until that until she had no choice but to do that other part. And so she got to reap her reward for all that she had put in.
And congratulations, Lysandra. I always be so happy when somebody finally reaches their dream, finally realize their dream. And it's so great to see. Even Tiana Steele, when she won Westland, we knew how bad she wanted that. Even when she came in interview, it was evident how bad she wanted it because she slayed her so bad in interview. So, it's just when somebody's dream is finally realized, that's a beautiful thing. It really is. It really is. So it was a fun night. Natasha Braxton was so good. She really she felt comfortable. I felt like she was Peaches again last Sunday night. She competed effectively. She really did. And I was happy to see that. Hey, friend. Hey, Nikisha. And I was really happy to see that. So I had a good time. On Point of View last night, one of the subjects was, like, why do boys do girl numbers? Right? What do you feel about
with a girl voice?
Do the whole, some guys get out there and they male persona and they do a whole girl song. What you feel about that? Because we didn't get your opinion yesterday.
I'm gonna have to say, which is probably going to be an unpopular opinion. I think I think the understanding of it escapes me. Because what we're supposed, even though they're doing a male, whatever the case may be, I don't think I get it. I don't think I get it. And down here I've seen drag queens do male songs, with the original male voice. And I've said this, and I've said it before. I mean, I understand the thought of being inclusive, anything goes, but when do you do it to the point to where it becomes detrimental to what you're doing in the first place? When do you change it up so much that it's almost unrecognizable because we're trying to accommodate everybody and everybody's mindset? And I just think that rules are there for a reason, or there's standards for a reason. Why can't we stick to the standard? That's just how I feel about it. I realize that, do I think what now?
Do you think because things have begun to be so inclusive that anything go? Are we ready for that? Because just like we got damn day, all this stuff now. So they have to make some type of provisions for them, right? Like, I don't know. So,
go ahead.
So within talking about that, I said, well, won't the girls get on stage? The drag girls who perform as drag, won't they get up there and do a male number? But I mean, let me show you. This is what we said.
Number and do it on the show, and we challenge y'all to do it on the show. We really want y'all to do it on the show. We want y'all
in full dress.
Yeah, in full dress. No, so cut all that. Make your video. You need to go and do it and perform it on stage.
Let somebody record you.
Yes, you got to do it on stage.
That's it.
You got to do it on stage.
On motherfucking stage.
On stage. On stage. And take us and I want to.
And so there's also a prize package. The deadline is March the 18th. So any girl who ain't afraid to get up there and do a boy number, right? But you got to be up in drag, up in the geesh, and you got to perform a boy number, and then you submit it to our Point of View, one of us, and we're gonna put it up. Whoever get the most likes, they're gonna win a cash prize. You can cash out OPOV 25 to donate if you want the prize package to keep going up. But we don't know what the prize package is because people are still donating. So got to March. The deadline is March 18th. Then we're gonna pick a winner. By how many people like your video, though? You got to have the most likes. So if y'all ain't scared, because it don't look like the boys gonna stop doing the girls' numbers. They just not. So y'all get up there and y'all do the boys' number. Do some fucking Tupac, some Machiavelli,
honey,
some Notorious B.I.G., some T.I.
That's going to be interesting.
Some Luther.
That's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Some Ruben Studdard.
Some Ruben. Flying Without Wings. Little Richard.
Oh my God, I can't wait to see these.
Bobby Brown.
It should be very interesting. But a lot of times
you didn't think you was looking, but you was Big Kimberly. Hey, Denasia. So tonight we got somebody finna chat with us who she's one of the favorites that come on any of our platforms. When she come over to our point of view, people love Shavonna. They be in them comments. When she come over here, she's one of the favorites because especially Diego tell me, say, you got to bring Shavonna back. You got to bring Shavonna back. I said, you create you a motherfucking show and bring Shavonna, motherfucker. But no, I enjoyed it. I enjoy Shavonna so much. We hung out in Memphis together this past weekend. We had a ball. I don't know when did she even have time to go get fucked? She asked me what was them 3 guys' name that fucked up, but I don't know. I went there. But we hung out and we had a great ass time. We played cards. We judged the pageant. And she always tell me, Trent, people playing my music too much. I said, girl, everybody borrow from everybody. Girl, shut the fuck up. She said, no, I'm telling you, people, they see me do it, then they do it. I said, girl, go on with that shit. No lie. Sunday, she performs. Her song come on. It's the music too. It's almost like Papa was a Rolling Stone, Alicia Fisher version, right?
Oh, yeah,
But that wasn't the fucking song. It wasn't the song, right? So everybody was getting up, tipping her. Naisha come out. She said, I need y'all to Shazam that song so I can know what it is. Everybody walking up, talking about, I got my Shazam up. Bitch, that song's sickening. I got my Shazam. I'm doing this song. My best friend said, bitch, I'm doing this song. Everybody else said they doing this song. I said, God damn, that bitch right. That bitch right. I got to tell her she right. I did not want to tell her because I argue her up and down in that motherfucking car. You hear me? I argue her. Hey, Flame. Flame, I enjoyed your interview. Flame, I enjoyed your interview on the Breakfast Club. One thing I like about you, bitch, all that homophobic and transphobic shit that Jess Hilarious be doing, you forced that bitch to interact with you. You forced her to take pictures. You forced that bitch to get along in that goddamn room. And I had lived for that. I did. You did that, bitch. But anyway, so without further ado, we're going to bring in our special guest. We already late, y'all. Thank y'all for bearing with us. Without further ado, we're bringing in Shavonna B. It's for Barbie Brooks. I don't know who told the bitch she was a Barbie. Hey, Shavonna. You muted.
Hello?
Oh, Lord, that boy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Put your vibrator down, baby.
Yeah, I was talking so motherfucking long. Sitting over here. I needed a massage from getting my head put through the headboard.
Oh, you just got fucked?
No. I'm still recuperating from Valentine's Day.
Oh, what did you do for Valentine's Day?
I met up with 3 girls' boyfriends. And we just had a nice time. It was very nice. I was happy. They were happy. And we went on about our lives. Hey, Dominique.
Hi, Shavonna. You coming in you coming in Shavonna fashion.
I'm just thanking the Lord for being here and to see another beautiful day. And thank you guys for having me, because you know I ain't shit.
Yes,
But
you
hey,
are, girl. And you
Yes, you are.
Yes,
You a lot. You
and let me tell y'all
lot.
something. This is one of the most intelligent motherfuckers you ever want to meet. Speaks so well. Every time Shavonna talk to me, I can ask Shavonna a question. Shavonna answer that motherfucker like I'm finna crown her the next Miss Drag superstar. I said, bitch. And then Shavonna go get that mic and she take the shortest route she can. I said, Shavonna, don't you say what you be saying to me,
because
bitch.
it be too many people there. You know, it be too many people there. And then sometimes when question and answer happens, you know what happens with me? I'm always afraid that somebody has said what I want to say.
Yes, Trayson. Fuck, say it again.
Yeah.
If y'all both prepare big times, I'm doing my big time, bitch, because you did yours.
What's a big time?
Big time of talent.
Oh, the most
if you prepare to go do that for the final night, you're gonna do it again. Fuck that another bitch did it. Fuck what another bitch said. But Shavonna, everybody know you're funny though, but you really do got a story. You know, like being brought up in Chicago as a little lady boy back in the 80s, I know that
I wasn't here in the 80s, bitch.
Bitch, you weren't born in the 90s.
I was born in 2003.
Oh shit! I'll be
Y'all sit
damn.
there and click live, but this is about to be
How dare you say I was born in the 80s, bitch?
bitch, 1980s. 1980s.
Mm-hmm.
You was in those.
Mm-hmm.
Bitch. You are elder now. But
no.
Shavonna, tell us about your childhood.
My childhood was rooted in, I guess you can say, a mixture of things because my grandparents saved the day for me.
Mm-hmm.
And if I didn't have them, I don't think that I would have gotten through life. It's just, you know how you have both your parents, but your parents aren't physically doing what they should do as parents.
Mm-hmm.
So your grandparents step in, and that's what I had. My mom and my sisters and brother, we were all on the first floor, but I went upstairs to live with my grandma and my granddaddy. So that's who I was up under the entire time. That's why I have a relationship with Christ. That's why I'm rooted in Dusties. That's what they were called when I was coming up. They were called Dusties. And in Chicago, we had a radio station called 1390, Dusty Radio. 1390 is actually WGCI. Well, back then it was. And when my grandmother wasn't in the car, I got to listen to old school music. And I remember
Mainly Aretha Franklin.
No, Aretha came later in my life.
Okay.
But dusty music like girl groups and stuff, because when I was coming up, yeah, I was just naturally as a child, I've been singing in the choir since I was 4. So I was attracted to harmony as a kid, so girl groups was like my thing. I loved En Vogue like a motherfucker. I loved them bitches. I probably would cry if I meet all the original girls today. I love the Clark sisters. I really want to be a part of the group. So, coming up, I got to hear the other side of music through my granddaddy. So I got attracted to Motown and that sound like sounds of the harmony from back in the day. And then when I heard Aretha and Patty, maybe it was a rap, So, but my grandparents took the place of my mom and father, and although they were there, my grandparents sent me to school. I went to private schools up until I didn't want to go no more. They sent me into an all-boys school, and bitch, I gave them hell. Oh, it's a great time.
It was a
But
good time. But at what age did you realize you was different? Because did you always feel like you wanted to be a woman, or did you feel like you was different than the other boys? Because especially going to
I was
an
touched as
all-boys
a
school.
child, but I was very feminine. So I had a lot of feminine attributes. I didn't act like boys act. I wasn't attracted to playing with G.I. Joes. Bitch, I wanted to comb the Barbie's hair. I got in trouble with my girlfriend still today. I broke her Polly Pocket. I'll never forget because I played with it so much more than her. I would jump rope with the girls, so I did stuff that the other
Girls.
boys wasn't doing. I just was naturally attracted, and I was always under the women in my family. It was just my brother and my grandfather when I come, because my uncles was never home, so they all worked. So, and my big brother, he wasn't having it from, we were 7 years apart. Like, and Aaron was a hoe. He still is. But,
Still a hoe.
he wasn't having it like that. Like he didn't take me up under his wing to teach me, nothing. When we were getting arguments, it was always the same arguments. I called him punk. He called me sissy. Punk, sissy, up until one of us got fed up and threw something or got mad enough, and it was usually me who cried. So, I was just naturally feminine as a kid, and I think when I was 5, this boy and me went behind a house, and that's how all that started. So I knew,
You
I
were
didn't
5.
I knew I didn't like girls from the time I was 5, and I knew whatever I was gonna do was gonna be as a girl, as an adult when I was like 5. My grandmother was a florist, and she had balloons and all kind of things around the house, and I would blow 3 balloons up and put 2 in my titties and 1 in my stomach for the baby, and walk around the house like that. I get caught all the time. They had to lock the heels up for me, bitch. When they left for work, I stomped the house down, and everybody heels. So,
being that sweet growing up, how was school for you though?
I was always a big girl, so I really didn't too much have no problems, because I was always like the tallest in the class or the biggest in the class, and I was a comedian, so I was like really popular because I could
Uh-huh.
read you.
So that
Like
so
the
they didn't
only
pick
thing
on
you
you
could
because
really
you
read me
could.
for was being fat and feminine, and then if
Okay.
you tried it with me with that, I got your ass together. So.
Okay. So they knew not to fuck with you.
Oh, I've always had a flip lip. I got put out of schools because of my mouth. I didn't let adults say what the fuck they wanted to me because I was bigger than everybody. I'm like, bitch, you can't talk to me like
Who
this.
you thought you was in them people class?
I thought that nobody could touch me until I found out that my grandma gave them permission to whoop my ass.
For your
So
mouth.
I went to school where they paddled you on the ass, or
Yes, me
they
too.
hit you with rulers on your hand. Like when
Uh-huh.
I went to
Taped up rulers.
he taped 2 rulers
Yes.
taped up,
Yes,
bitch,
ma'am. Yes,
and
ma'am.
told you to come here for
And
your
you were born in
motherfucker.
the 1980s? You a fucking lie.
You got physical punishment, and
Yes, you
these
did.
kids are missing that today because when we fucked up in school, staplers got through at me and
Now
shit
wait a
like
minute.
you had to
That's a
duck
big
and dodge
problem.
them. Teachers didn't play with us, and this was private school. My grandmother paid for me to go to these schools
Wow.
and signed waivers for them to discipline us in that form. So, you know, you either straighten up and flew right, or you got kicked out, and I chose to get kicked out. So, it was just one of those. I've always had a flip lip. My grandma used to say I was gonna write my ass a check. And one day my ass was gonna write me.
Your
Well, how
mouth
did
is
she?
gonna write a
Your
check that
mouth
your ass
is gonna
Your
couldn't
mouth
pay.
write
is going
me a check
to
that your ass can cash.
Did it ever happen? You said,
I've
damn,
been
grandma.
cashing checks because of my mouth for years. I told my grandma a few years
Oh,
ago, you lied.
she lied. Your mouth get you checks. I know that's right.
Ugh.
I know that's
Ugh.
oh
Yeah.
wow.
So I mean, growing up for me was when I went as close as I was to God and to Jesus, when I would come home, it was hell to pay because my mom and sister had a really tumultuous relationship where they were back and forth, and it would be I'd come home and the police would be at the house because they fighting like they never knew each other a day in life. So I was
Did she have her
um
when she was young?
my mom had my sister at 18, my brother at 19, I was at
Okay.
27, and Jaleesa was born at 32.
Why do you feel like they couldn't get
Okay.
along?
My mom and my sister?
Yeah.
Um, I think that my sister and brother resented my mom for not doing what she should have, although she was home with us and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think they took into consideration that she still, I don't know, had a life to live, I guess you can say.
Mhm.
Like, and because we watched each other. You know how it is. The oldest one watched this one and stuff, and they couldn't watch me because I told everything. I mean everything. If they heard company and my mama said they couldn't, Ma, soon as you left, somebody came up in this bitch. And they ate
Damn.
the food, and they ate all my cookies and my juice. And one day I called the police on my sister and brother friends because they was down there
Right.
eating all the shit out the refrigerator. So I was, you know.
Damn.
I was really something growing up, and I just think that they couldn't get it together when we were younger, because they were, I don't know, my sister just.
It was just resentment from some type of way.
My sister, oh, Keita, when she would talk, she'd be screaming. She was a Taurus. So when Keita would talk, she'd be screaming to the top of her lungs and shit. And you'd be like, why is you yelling? I'm not yelling. I'm just saying blah, blah, blah. And she would do that with my mom. And that's all it took for them to get into it. But as they got older, like they became best friends, my sister took care of my mom. And when I lost my sister, I knew it was time for me to, step into those shoes. and do for my mother like she did. Because, if I didn't, who would have?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So when,
My,
so when you said that your mom, had her life to live, like what type of things do you mean?
Fix her feel.
Because I think I have an idea, but what like
I never could put my finger on it. And,
mhm,
I was the child that no matter what my mother did, no matter um, if I knew or not, you couldn't say it out your mouth, else we were going to fight.
Mm-hmm.
you know?
mhm,
So I never knew what my mother did. I knew when I was younger, I would smell weed sometime, and then, the other people that she would be around would be so zooted, and then sometimes she would be zooted. So I don't know what it was, and just like, think in my heart of hearts, it became prescriptives, um,
yeah,
because she dated a man for ever who worked for the VA, and it was really easy for him to get his hands on whatever he needed to. So, I can't say what she did, but whatever her life was her life, and that was before we got here. And
mhm,
hearing things that I would hear, how you don't get told things, but I was a nosy child, so I would hear things, and I think there were things that just went on that got to my mom when my grandmother married my grandfather, because I didn't find out that my grandfather actually wasn't my grandfather until I was old enough to understand that he wasn't. I
mhm.
thought he was my granddaddy. And they said when I came along, my granddaddy actually changed. So when I was born was when he turned his life around completely, because they said he was hell on wheels and he was abusive to them, and I didn't get that treatment. When I got him, my granddaddy gave me the world. He never told me no. If his way of telling me no was to ask my grandmother. So I just think that followed her, and she went down my mom was the kid that didn't go down the path that my uncles and aunties did. My grandmother raised a group of professionals. My uncle is an anesthesiologist, or retired. My other uncle was a retired firefighter. My aunt is a retired engineer. My other aunt, she worked for colleges and stuff, and my mom, she didn't further her education like that. She had kids and got married at 19 and started a family and
So
stuff.
you never resented your mother in the way that your brothers and sister resented her,
No.
because my sister resent my mama every day, right? And I'm just like, girl, ain't nothing she can do at this age, like we might well let whatever we've been holding on forever, let it go. My mama's 66 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like
um,
we can't go back. We can't go back and change the past. You have to forgive people. And I always say this what Ayanla said one time. She said, forgiving people is giving up the thought that the past could be any different. You can't keep saying, well, if you didn't do this and if you didn't do that, it happened. You have to accept that. You have to give it what you give it, and then you have to move on from it. You
and
know,
forgive. I've learned as I've gotten just a little older, that
get you old. Go ahead.
no, I'm not. I'm in the prime of my life, like Phyllis. Um,
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Next year she died. You better shut up.
listen, I believe that forgiveness is for yourself. It's not
Mhm.
for the
Yeah,
person who's wronged you. It's
Yeah.
for, and I try to tell this to a lot of my friends. When you forgive, it's for you.
Mhm.
yeah.
It ain't for them, because they have to weigh the weight of what they did to you, not you.
Yeah, I got a friend that holds on to stuff really tight, holds on for it too long. I said, listen, that shit gonna kill you.
Yeah, I
That shit
believe
gonna
that.
kill you because you feeling this way about somebody and they don't feel no way about you.
I believe that.
You know,
I was able to move on and forgive my mom for whatever, or I never really thought of it too much, because my life didn't, like I say, it wasn't horrible because I had grandparents, and
that your grandparents.
I had an entire supportive family. I wasn't a kid of a product of the streets. I didn't ever have to turn to the streets for anything. When I transitioned, I was able to come home. They went through it with me. None of us understood it. I just went through it. I had because I have a deep undying love for God, and if I could have went through my transition still doing what I was doing in the church, I would have. But it just
Because you
didn't.
grew up in the church in Chicago.
I did, and
Wow.
I'm still a part of that church family to
And
this
you felt
day.
like they would not have accepted your transition?
No, I sang on the front row of the choir, so it was
Uh-huh.
happening in front of their face.
Yeah.
And I come in, with
Oh, you acting like you was a soprano?
I was.
Okay.
I sang in all the sections.
Oh, excuse
So
me.
whenever they needed fillers in altos or soprano, it was me who filled them. But I
Oh,
had to.
yeah,
She
Yes,
versatile, baby.
yes, I am. Listen, so if I could have did that, I would have.
Uh-huh.
But because what it became was, and as a child, I didn't get it, but it was a distraction
Okay.
from what they were getting. My family, my entire family went to the church, so my little cousins were there, and here I am coming through with feathered ponytails and stuff, and everybody turning around and doing
Oh,
that to me, So taking away my decision to not go back was because of a leader there, and he just kept pulling me to the side. So I was just like, how about I just
not
not
coming.
do nothing?
Yeah.
And I had a talk with my pastor, and I told him I was, and he instilled in me to never let anyone's opinion of me separate me from my relationship with Christ.
On DDD bullshit.
And and
That's
it
good
didn't.
advice.
It didn't. Because my mom was calling him. I was at friend's house, hanging out with friends, getting my hair done at friend's house and staying out all night. And my mom was calling him, and he was coming to those houses where I was. And she was getting cussed out right in front of him. Lord forgive me. But that's the type of church I come from. My family was one of the originating members of one of the biggest churches here in Chicago. And
What's the name of the
we
church?
Salem Baptist Church, the greatest
Okay.
church in the world.
The greatest church.
And
What makes it the greatest?
it's House of Hope. It's been the greatest, baby. I mean, it's just been the greatest.
Y'all ain't even got no Hammy B3 in there
You a lie.
with Leslie.
You a lie.
Okay.
Look it up when you're done. House of Hope.
But
Why?
Shavonna, so you started transitioning. Of course, growing up, figuring out who you are, sometimes you have to see people that inspire you to be like, oh, I want to be like her. Who was that for you?
You want to know something crazy? My auntie introduced me to this shit.
Your real auntie?
Oh,
Yeah, my auntie, my grandmother's youngest baby. She and my auntie, we were both Libras. My auntie was October 17th, I'm the 11th. We couldn't stand each other because we were so much alike. Big, fat, and fishy. So my aunt, she introduced me to Phyllis Hyman. She put me on the Chalet. She put me on to like a lot of music that I love today. My aunt instilled in me. She would get mad because I would steal her stuff. And she started going to the baton when I was in like, I want to say fifth or sixth grade. And she would come home and be like, "There's one there that looked just like you." I'm thinking, and I'm thinking, she finna turn her dolly around, bitch. She took her Polaroid, bitch, and she turned around. It was Ginger Grant, and I looked at her, and I look, Ginger was fat fish. God
Yes, she
rest your
was.
soul, Big
Catfish,
Ginger.
baby.
Ginger was fat fish back in the day, but I looked after I looking at Victoria and Tasha and Mimi and
Uh-huh.
Saison, and then I get to Ginger, and she said, "That's she go right there."
Both of y'all were fat and red, baby.
I read the shit out of her. I read the shit. So
You can't get
my
mad at her for what she sing.
I read the shit out of her. Okay. But that's where it all started. I studied those pictures, and then I started calling in Chicago. I don't know if y'all had the party line in y'all cities, but
Uh-huh.
the gay one was called the By Blade,
Mm.
and here in Chicago. And I started calling that when I was like 13.
Running up the
So
phone bill.
started calling the party line when I was like 13. And I started meeting like gay people. I mean, my best friend in high school was the first person who told me, they was like, "You bisexual?" And I was like, "No, I'm not." And he was like, "I'm telling you, yes, you are." And I said, no, I'm not. Bitch, I done left school and went to Harold Washington Library and looked up what the fuck a bisexual was because I knew I couldn't do it at
Because
school
y'all didn't
again.
have phones back then.
No, I had to get on.
Again, you was born in the 1980s. Go ahead.
No, I was not born in the 80s. Thank you. We just didn't have we couldn't afford them. So I got on the bus and the train and went and looked up what a bisexual was. And you know how they give you all the synonyms, antonyms, nouns, adjectives, and all that. I start seeing all the sexuals. So, bitch, I want to see what this one is. What's a transsexual? What's a this sexual? Oh, I think I want to be this. And bitch, that's how it happened. That's how it happened. Preoperative transsexual. I saw all that just from my best friend at the time telling me you bisexual.
So
And I had a girlfriend. Her name was Samantha. I had broke it off with Samantha after I looked that up. I'm like, bitch, we're done.
So you never had to go through like an acceptance period. They loved you.
My grandmother told me I wasn't. My grandmother told me I wasn't going to be embarrassing her at church, Dominique, and that was the only thing. She said, You're not going to be going out of here embarrassing me." And I asked her at the time. I didn't understand. Listen, children, when you leave your home, you are a reflection of your mother and your upbringing.
I don't smoke crack when I leave at my house.
Your upbringing, I said as well, and that is not the definition of your mother. That is something that she has an attachment to. That isn't who she is. She's not herself on that. Stop saying that. Anyway, when you leave your house, you are a reflection of your upbringing. My grandmother would say, "You're not gonna leave out of here embarrassing me." So that is what made me stop, going to embarrass her. And she
you wasn't that fish like then, huh?
Oh no, I was a fool.
Oh.
I was a fool. I looked the fool. I went to school one day, because I went to school as a girl. And my teacher looked at me and said, "You know who you remind me of?" I said, "Who?" He said, "Mimi Bobek." And bitch.
What the fuck is Mimi Bobek?
Dominique know who Mimi Bobek is?
I have no idea who that is.
Bitch, you live in Ohio, don't you?
Yes, but I didn't grow up here.
You don't know the Drew Carey show?
Oh, I love that show. All that blue eyeshadow.
Mimi Bobek was his arch nemesis with all the shadow up to here.
Yeah, all that blue.
Bitch, they used to tell they was gonna fire her if she didn't take the makeup off.
He told you look like that.
He got red too. Yes, he did. I mean, so I was a fool, but you go through growing pains.
How did you see yourself though? Because they pissed you off giving you those matches like that. Like, how did you see yourself?
A Hispanic girl sat me down. We were in homeroom, and she used to come to school and be painted. And this one day, she came and she wasn't painted, and she did her makeup while we was in homeroom. And she said, "I'm finna show you how to do this." So when I first started painting, I used to paint myself like, a Mexican, which is everybody always mistakes me for Spanish. Like they just will walk up to me and I don't care if I got box sprays in, bitch. Hispanics will come on.
I can see that. I can really see that.
They just in my whole life.
You look like Yolanda.
That killed Selena. Stop it.
That's who you look like.
Hell is hot. And you don't want to spend an eternity there. Stop fucking with me.
Let me change my thermostat.
Listen. So I didn't start getting cute until around 2012 when I was like 20 something. And you grow into it. But I was a fool. I had one pair of heels, but I won a pageant with those one pair of heels. My girlfriend just read me about, in this life, it's good to have bitches that humble you. And my girlfriends do it on the regular. They don't give a fuck.
You had one pair of shoes. You wore through the whole pageant?
Yeah, with my one pair of black pumps from Skyscrapers.
Who you saw do that?
Who?
Why you just had one? It went with everything?
Oh, because I got large feet. The Lord didn't, he knew just what gifts to give me. He gave me face. Thank you, Jesus.
Oh, Baba.
But he didn't give me no small fee. So when I started out, I had one pair of heels that I could find, and I knew I was talented because I had
Scalfred was
friends.
known for having 16s.
Yeah, but I wear a 10. So it was just on back then they really didn't make a lot of 10s. So you had to get what you can find. And I knew I was talented because when I first met my best friend and well, both my best friends, they both told me what I had. And I took visual and performing arts in school, and I sang in the choir since I was 4. So I've never been afraid to sing in front of people
Yeah.
or, act or things like that. So when I met Taji and Christian, um, I was in Christy house, and I think she said, put on something, Sparkle, let me see what you can do. And I did Vicky Winans. And Taji was like, bitch, you got stage presence. You're gonna be sick now. But from that moment on, I mean, it took about 3 or 4 years before that came because I've been doing them since I was like 15.
Mm.
hmm Christy
Mm.
And
told,
y'all were
I mean,
all
Touch,
girls at this point?
yeah, they
Were
were.
y'all all
They're much older than me.
No, they not.
I should not have been
She
meeting
keeps
the,
throwing this
Yeah, they're
around.
I
much
should.
older.
I know my best friends are much older than me. I should not have been around them at that age. When I came around them, I had met this guy in Sturbridge, Massachusetts, and convinced him that I knew all these drag queens, and he started sending me stuff from his store to sell to the queens. Lord forgive me. And I was taking them and then keeping them and selling them to the girls in Chicago. I probably was the first bitch that had them fake boobs for queens, and because I wore them to school, I promise
You said
That's
that.
great.
you. But when
The
I met
Essence,
when I met
Jay.
them, that's how they met me. Like I was selling some heels and shit,
But
and
what? Oh, you
like
had went up to a club, but they was at or something.
I think I met Christy outside. She had gave up Miss Illinois Continental
Okay.
Plus, and I met
Continental.
her coming outside of the Baton, and I was already infatuated with Taji from Pluggers. We used to have pluggers like Rough and Stuff. Used to
Mhm,
go around town and putting plug like all the nightlife. There'll be pluggers on everybody's car when you come out the club, and all they action shots would be on the pluggers.
mhm.
And you could just look at a plug and be like, "Bitch, she looks sick,"
Right.
And Taji was the one I was always immediately attracted to her and my mama Indigo Blue.
Mhm,
And back then they was putting Taji Blue on the flyer because one time she came to the club, did one of Indigo's number and broke it up, and they just deemed her Blue. But she was always Taji mine. And when I met them, Taji told Christy not to bring me back over her house
Why?
because I was dressed like a slut. I told you I was a fool.
Who told you had a shape though?
I here in Chicago, all the girls was like when you was you just I saw everybody dressed as one. Like everybody had on Daisy Duke showing off their tux, and who was the fit. Like I come from a city full of fishy girls,
You
and
listen, Chicago has bred some
back
fishy
when
girls.
I came out, Flame was a girl.
Yeah.
Flame
Mhm.
was a girl, and Flame had the city on
Lock.
this when I came out, 1997. Ooh,
Oh yeah,
oops.
you was born
I
in
mean 2007.
1900.
1997, great.
So Flame had this city on lock. Tasha Long was Miss Continental. That was a good year.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, 97, 98, around that time. I met Taji and Christy.
So after
It
she told
had
her
to
not to
be.
come back to bring you back, how did y'all end up getting back around each other?
This was before Taji's accident. So um by the time she had her accident, I was now on the show circuit. And when Taji had an accident, I called her in the hospital and everything. She don't remember. She don't remember a lot of shit. But I called her all the time in the hospital, worrying her, telling her, take my number down. She was like, I can't use my wrist right now, so I can't write. And I can remember all this shit. But what got us close, Taji pulled up to me. It was my birthday. And we was at the East of the Rhine, and she pulled up to me and she said, Sparkle, you got some condoms? I said, yeah, because at the time I was filming up wearing them as titties. And I said, yeah. I'm thinking she gonna say happy birthday sometime. No. So I took her the condoms to the car, and that bitch here, okay, see you later. And hit it. The next time I saw Taji, it was, I don't know, she picked me up and never dropped me off. And
Okay.
oh, I know when it was. Her father had just passed, and her boyfriend at the time was taking her through the ropes. And she picked me up, and we just have been inseparable ever since. I had been there for her when she took her first steps. You know,
And you
so
don't play about her, baby.
no, I
That's one
don't.
you don't play about. They must
No,
know, baby.
no, I do not. When it comes to her, the gloves come off because I don't know anybody, and she can say the same for me. I don't know anybody where I've been in life-threatening positions where someone has been right there and I didn't know they was right there until I bust the doors of the jailhouse, the entire time when I got arrested on the
Right.
plane, like a movie for trying to take weed to go perform for Christy and her benefit for her to lose Continental Plus. Bitch, they didn't got my big fat ass.
I remember they got you. You had to do probation and everything. You couldn't
Yes, I
smoke
did.
for about a year or something, right?
It was the worst year of my life. I couldn't
Damn.
wait to get off that shit. I thought I was gonna be done with it because I had got to a point where, but when I saw how big I had got without smoking weed, bitch.
You can wait.
But yeah, it was a fool. But when I came out the door, my best friend was sitting there propped up with her in her truck with the portable digital DVD player, and she had been sitting there since they took me to Clayton County. I was in there 18 hours. Years ago, they apprehended my girlfriend because she had a warrant she didn't know about, and this was when she was in a wheelchair. I was about 18 or 19 years old, and I didn't know nothing about going to jail, nothing, 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 nothing. Bitch, I called every place that I knew they had my best friend of about 50 to 100 times thinking that she could come to the phone. I didn't know you get a phone call. I didn't know none of this. I'm from the church.
Right. Yeah,
I
you're
don't
a
know
saved
any,
woman.
I don't know any of this. I'm just calling. I need to talk to her. Get her out here. Have somebody call me with her on the phone. They didn't want to talk. They say, there's somebody out here who really loves you because this phone won't stop ringing for them to speak to you. And she told them, that's my best friend. And when I got home, because I was a nervous wreck. I mean, I didn't use my best. She's in a wheelchair. I know because it was a few girls that used to read me and call me her nurse and her caretaker. But if that's what it was, that's what it was, bitch. That was my best friend. I was gonna make sure that whatever and whoever needed to be contacted in the situation and such.
Yeah.
So, I'm a ride or die for her because I know she's a ride or die for me till the day I die. And I won't have to worry if anything happens with me. I wouldn't have to worry about anything because that's just the type of bitch she is. She's very calculated. She's very, Taji don't make moves without planning them. And
So can I
sometimes you
ask
need.
you, I'm sorry, Shavonna, I didn't mean to interrupt you because
Oh no,
I
I was
wanted
gonna
to
say
kind of,
everybody needs a friend who can to put that structure in your life.
well, that's what I was kind of going to go down that road because that sounds like such a special friendship and a very special relationship. Do you see other relationships like that? Because y'all are more like family, it seems, as opposed to just
I go to
only
her mama
friends.
house.
Do you see that type of loyalty anymore?
Taji don't live here. Her mama texts me and tell me to come pick up food and come get paper towels and I walk in there. What you need? And I tell her, Mama, you got some hand stuff, and I like your nerve. Go on back there and get some of that, and don't touch this. You know, so we have been in each other's lives so much, Taji, and Christian as well. Like Christian has been, they raised me. They're like mothers to me, but they are my best friends because they didn't want any more daughters.
Yeah.
So I knew that wasn't happening, and they raised me and taught me the ropes. And what was, Flame had a lot to do with my upbringing too. Flame Monroe was the first person to put the microphone. Is Flame watching? Hey, Maxine, if you watching.
Maxine
She's
was in
there
here
earlier.
earlier.
Yeah, Maxine put the
What
microphone.
did she see in you to just hand you the microphone? Did she know that you could get down like that?
Flame and I would talked on the phone all the time.
Oh, okay.
And Flame is a Cancer. I have crazy relationships with cancers. My mom was a Cancer. My dog a Cancer. My last 6 boyfriends were Cancers. So I have crazy relationships with them. But Flame and I talked on the phone all the time, and I kept, just as anyone else, I kept her in stitches.
Yes, you do now. You
And
are one funny person.
she would be like, Bonkies, you need to host this. You need to be hosting. You need to be on the microphone. Why you on work? And one Thursday night at the generation, you hosting tonight. You're gonna be, when I got on the mic, fool. A damn fool. But she made me do it. She made me know where my place was.
Right. You have to reach that thing.
She instilled that I was a joke teller and don't ever steal away from it. Kind of.
Yeah.
So when I left here, it was really, really a rough time because I was in a relationship and it didn't go so well, and then I got into a fight at the generator, and then after that, I like kind of left Chicago. So I kind of like was leaving the whole drag scene alone, and I started working at this steakhouse, and I was the hostess there, and the same thing. I kept everybody in stitches who came through the door. I mean, just took care of them and kept them laughing. And some people from a club asked me, one day we were at a club and they saw a picture of me in drag. They said, "You want to be on the show?" Didn't
Yeah.
never see me perform, never see me do anything. He said, "I'm gonna put you on the show." And they put me on the show at Burkhart's. Show was sickening. Lasted for months. And then they canceled it. And then a few months later, who is the person who's now my godmother, Marietta Pitts, Trent knows Richard Cherry. He
Shout
he
out to Rich.
came to Cow Tippers and asked me, he said, "Shavonna, would you be interested in hosting karaoke?" He said, and I said, I'm not a host. He said, "Yes, you are. You just don't know it." He said, "All you have to do is be yourself, just like you are here at this restaurant, and you'll be just fine." So that is who gave me the gig to start my hosting career. And she told me, like, because I was trying to host and sound like Fish, like, "All right, everybody, listen." Every time I got on, she said, "Don't get out here and be nobody but yourself."
That's it.
You don't have to put on a fake voice.
Go back to being a baritone. Don't be here trying to be no soprano.
I didn't say nothing about sections and no fucking choir, you goddamn bitch. I said I didn't have to speak in my highest register
Yeah.
to convey what I needed to
What
for
you
the
meant,
evening.
right.
You
Break
goddamn
down.
bitch.
Break it down, break it down, break it down. So what made you move to Atlanta though, before you even got these opportunities? What made you want to leave Chicago? Because Chicago people love Chicago, baby.
Amelia called me and said, "Hey, I heard you're up there getting into fights, and that's not you. So you need to move down here with me. And I got you a job already, and you're gonna work at this place, and then you just, you pay me rent, and we'll be fine." And that,
Shout out to Amelia.
yes, my grandmother is who got me out of Chicago, because I don't want to speak on this situation, but this is exactly how it happened. FM and I started not seeing eye to eye. And at the time I was, between my girlfriend, Blow's house, and Taji was with her too. And some things happened where my stuff had got, like everything I owned, had got taken from me. And unless I did something they wanted me to do, I wasn't going to get it back. So, me, bitch, fuck you, keep it. And the next step was leaving here. I left Chicago. My best friend gave me a couple outfits, a couple pairs of shoes, and I was already bald head, so I wasn't really worried about hairstyles. But I left here and I moved away with one bag, and the rest is history. Got on the Greyhound, met Amelia in Ohio, and we drove to Atlanta. And they embraced me like no other. Princess Brandy, who was my other mother, who took me under her wing, showed me the city. She gave me hope that I could survive there, even when I felt like maybe this wasn't the best decision. Everybody in Atlanta, when they found out that I was there or what I needed, they got it for me. This girl gave me a TV. My sisters Kaya and Cece made sure I had things. That it was just like I was where I belonged. Like the Southern hospitality really kicked in, and they gave me a life that I can't ever repay them for, because I love it there, and I love what I accomplished there. Mm.
Yeah, because you was on a lot of shows here, baby. You worked your ass off here. How long did you stay in Atlanta?
I moved 13 years, 2006 to 2019.
Okay. And baby, we had some good times. That house would be so smoky all the time. And I mean, it was blunt after blunt, baby. You leave that motherfucker cock at it. Smell like a box of motherfucking Cool 100.
That was back when we was smoking cigarette. Trent says, Shavonna, please don't light another cigarette.
Girl, my eyes was burning. I said, God damn. And then when Taji said it, girl, it was so fun. She said, what she call you, Sparky or somebody? She said, Sparky, don't light another cigarette. I said, please don't. Girl, eyes was burning.
She used to have a rule. If somebody lit 3, she was leaving. She used to have, if somebody lit 3 cigarettes, she was up. Because she had stopped smoking long before me. She stopped smoking long before me. And it was, Atlanta was a fun time. I opened hi mama.
She said, do you have on bottoms?
No, I don't. She know me.
I'm fucking weak.
She know me. Listen, when in life, you have to give in order to get.
That's it.
And if you're always getting and never giving, eventually it's going to run out. And I took a lot of
Shavonna.
I took a lot of people who are successful right now under my wing in Atlanta. A few of them did me dirty, but it never mattered to me because my talents make room for me. And I've always been pro girls. If I see that the girls in this entertainment industry are being treated wrong, I take a stand for them. I speak up because I know you bitches won't. You think that people who can't make or break you at all in this life, you hold them to this high regard when they ain't no different than you.
That's it.
And when you take that power off of them, when you take that power away from them, that is when they'll start to respect you for having a voice of your own and for being a person, But
you got to also understand too, having a voice comes with its disadvantages too, because then they start trying to deem you as difficult or combative or disorderly and shit.
That's not true. Right is right.
And
the truth is just
making
the
a
truth.
stand can be hard sometimes.
The truth is just
you
the
got to
truth.
be brave enough to know that this may not be your job no more, or you may have to make some adjustments. You may go first every week now. You might don't get the it comes with its own set of things. So when you do speak up, be prepared for any consequence that come behind it, because everybody just goes along with it. So people start feeling like they right after a while. You know what I'm saying? Because they just go along with it. So if everybody's going along with it, I must be doing something right. But deep down inside, they hate it. But you want to speak up. And now you seem like the problem because everybody else is okay with it. Why are you speaking up?
I never care. I never
Go ahead.
cared about whether or not somebody takes me to be a problem, because when I was born, I didn't have a twin.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to leave her alone.
Yeah.
I don't care what you feel about what my
You think
opinion is
twins die on
about.
the same day in the same hour?
Some do.
Girl, that's
Some
interesting.
do. Some couples die days apart.
Yeah, that happened with my auntie and uncle.
You know, because they can't make it without the other.
They can't make.
However, I was here alone.
Uh-huh.
And in the words of my sister Dore Sierra Saunders, what you eat don't make me shit.
She didn't say that.
Yes, she did. That bitch told it to me until I thought about it one time.
Yeah, who
Oh,
you fuck
okay.
don't make me that. Yeah.
You know, so somebody got to do it. And at a I don't know. Sometimes it gets to a point where certain things need to be said, or shit should be said,
Mhm.
because y'all sweep it under the carpet, but it's how you say it. You know, and like I said, the truth is the truth, and what the truth does to people is hurts them because they don't want to hear it.
And inconvenience them too. Because now they got to think about what you're saying. What they want nobody else make them think about it, because everybody becomes complicit in their bullshit, right? So
Mm-hmm.
now they got to
Right.
sit with this. Now, like, wonder why she said that. You know. Okay,
Well,
Doree. That's Doree saying. Hey, Doree.
it's like I was saying, it's imperative that you give, or you give back. And to touch on what you were saying earlier about music,
Mhm.
um I'm so inclined in all genres, and there's so many, like, people have always read me because of the things that I listen to. But like I told Trent, soon as I do it, soon as I, who made that? Who is that?
I argued you down. I said, girl, please.
Let me tell
Girl,
you,
please.
let me tell you something.
I kept saying, girl, please.
Shit that I do on the show, children have taken it, and I
Oh,
mean,
but
they
that
ain't
song was Sickening Sunday, though.
the
What was the
songs that
name
I
of that song?
it's an old song by Black Box called I Don't Know Anybody Else, but they added the Motown beat to the
Beat
back
to it.
of it. And you know, nothing new, but I'm an entertainer who, if I see something, Dominique, and I like it, I'm gonna go find another
Yes,
version of
yes,
that
yes.
that
And
separates
make it
me from,
more.
to make it my motherfucking own, bitch. To make
Right.
it my own.
Yeah.
So
So
that
what do
I
you think
know.
about, I know plagiarism, it plagues you. You hate it with everything in you, right? Um, um,
Hey Jay.
what about it wears you out the most? Because it's all, I always tell you, like Gladys Knight said, all this stuff has been warned over. Da, 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 da. We just ain't that, we're not recreating the wheel, if you will. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody
So
is.
Go
I'm
ahead,
listening.
Shavonna.
I'm sorry.
no, go ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
finish.
No one has recreated the wheel, right? So why do you not want them to do the songs you do or stuff like that? Now
Hold on.
I can see, like, everybody does Three as a Crowd every week, especially on Monday nights. They're gonna do, it's just a catalog of song people gonna do all the time. So why don't you want
Nobody,
these people to do the
nobody
song?
finds that as a problem.
Yes.
So no one sees that as a problem, because I'm a girl who comes from a city where you did sign up for the contest, and no matter what, whatever the girl was doing on the contest, she was doing it. So if 16 people before her, because we would have 40, if 16 people before her and 5 of them did the song she doing, she already turned that in. And this is a contest. But you on a showcase.
Uh-huh.
You have the ability to
Hey,
see what this
Shavonda.
girl, you have the ability to see what this girl did and say, I'm not gonna do that because that's hers. And I'm from Chicago, and the baton, when they turned in their music, that was theirs, and couldn't nobody else do it.
That was, I think, the
Mhm.
Stars of the Century was like that too.
Yeah, that's I mean, that's
It
I come
forced
from
them to
that.
be great.
I came from that school. You know, that's that girl
Yeah,
tune. That's where she break up. Unless
yeah.
they had a battle of the who do it best. You know how you saw back in the day. No one's pushing themselves to be creative enough to find their own lane in this industry. And I say it all the time.
But why do you
Uh,
think that is, though?
because you all think that being inspired is copying your inspiration. That's not what inspiration
Mhm.
is.
What
Being
is it?
inspired by someone is seeing what they do and implementing it into who you are, not giving the exact same thing that you saw.
True. I agree with that.
If I see a girl came out and did a backflip, dip, and a split right before me, I'm getting ready to come out and bop y'all because she didn't took
Right.
away my momentum, you know. But that's just who I get. And it's okay to say, girl, what you doing? You know, because I don't want to come back behind swimsuit after swimsuit after swimsuit after swimsuit after leotard after leotard after leotard after leotard, you know. But they don't
Mm-hmm.
get that dynamic. That's what makes a show have variety.
Mm-hmm.
However, I think that the new generation is not challenging themselves to even reach, just because there are so many male songs that I can sing myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I was having a conversation with Jalen, and I was like, there's an artist that none of you boys do, that is one of the most beautiful male singers ever, and that's Al Jarreau.
Yeah.
Don't nobody do shit by Al Jarreau.
Nobody but Tim Boha.
Tim is so debonair, bitch.
He's the most debonair man I ever seen in my life.
It's a beautiful sight to see.
Smooth. Do
It's
you
a
hear me?
beautiful sight to see. But I come from a realness city. I mean, it just is what it is. The entertainers here, they make you believe what's coming out their mouth, or no matter what
Yeah.
they were doing, they
Oh,
try to
Jay
make
Newton,
you.
you need to look Tim Boha up. He got the best Luther Vandross impersonation I have ever. And my daddy D used to do Luther. He can do the fuck out of
Don't
it
look
too.
shit like him. He looked like
Don't look up. He
Billy
got
D. Williams.
every mannerisms Luther got. Even the way Luther just move his neck slightly to the side. He know how to do everything that man does. It makes you feel like it is Luther Vandross up here, and we know Luther's dancing with his father again. But we will look up there and think that's him.
See, no, he was in his lane.
Yes,
He was in his lane. Erica Christian and Victoria LePage have done Phyllis Hyman long before I even started in this industry.
Mm-hmm.
I know I look like them. I never touched their character. Ain't never made it a thing. People are, you should do Phyllis Hyman, you should do, but because I respect my girlfriend
Power
so
love.
much,
Mm-hmm.
I ain't ever. Except for, I think I did it for talent, and sometimes you may catch me doing on the show here and there. I did it for talent the first year I made the 12 at plus, but I ain't never
Well,
made that a part of my career. There
do
was
you not
already
like being
somebody
an
doing that.
inspiration? Do you not
Huh?
like being an inspiration?
I
Because it's
love it,
inspiring.
but I'm
Because when I
still.
see people do little stuff that I do with makeup, I'm inspired that they're inspired, right? Because I'm watching their asses too. So I do like to see a bit of what I've created, to see itself evolve in front of me. Somebody add what I did and add now. Because subsequently, that's all what I did. I watched everybody paint. I watched Regis when he would get in the paint real bad. Jennifer St. John. I watched Naisha, Tanisha. I watched everybody. And I took a little something from everybody. You know what I'm saying? And I added my
But that's the
own.
difference. You took pieces of it. You didn't become a carbon copy of.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
it
That's true.
was. It wasn't
You
until I
made
tell this story.
you have
That's
your
true,
own
baby
style
mama.
because and I say that because Tanisha painted me before, but the way that you painted me, I didn't look like I looked when Tanisha
Yeah.
painted me. I looked like something different. And I think that what Shavonna's getting at is that people aren't exploring and finding their own true self. They
But who
see
thought
something
of
that
that?
works for somebody else, and they think, "Oh, I'm going to capitalize off of that because that worked for her," instead of finding out how do I become an individual, and I figure out what works for me, what's perfect for me. Because let's be very clear,
Let's be clear.
when like Stash and Raquel then was taking their clothes off, everybody felt like they needed to take their clothes off so they could make all the money and stuff like that.
Oh.
People need to find what works for them.
I started flexing my titties years ago, and when my best friend Taji would do it in talent and on the show and break the show up. So I wanted to do it. And I did it in a different manner than she. I could do it with speed, with minds. They saw they took the country by storm. Everybody flexing their motherfucking titties. And I'm like, I'm always like, yes, get you a piece. But I think it's a lack of
compliment.
It is. It is because I wasn't the first. Like I said, I saw my best friend do it, and it is something that I took and made it my own. Like when Taji would do it, she would,
I saw her first doing this song she did called "Giving Up." It's hard to do. By Jennifer Holiday.
That was my first talent.
I said, "Woo, work, bitch."
My best friend did it for talent, so I wanted to do it for talent. My best friend did Lil' Kim on the show. I wanted to do Lil' Kim on the show.
No, you did Big Kimberly.
My best friend did Rochelle for it. I wanted to do Rochelle for it. So it was that for me, and we had already had similarities. I love long, juicy nails just like she did. That was my first attraction to her. And her daughter, I tell this story all the time. Her daughter, Tati, my niece, Dr. Tatiana Moten, pulled me to the side. She said, Sparkle, you're going to have to find your gimmick because that's hers. She said, every girl needs a gimmick. And Tati wasn't even doing shows, but when Tati did the show, she broke it and then left and never did one forever. But because she just was not interested. But Tati would break the shows up too. I mean, anybody from the girls would come off the stroll, break the show up, go back to the stroll. I'm from a city full of badass showgirls.
Yeah.
Even the ones who's not doing it. So, I wanted to be up under her because I admired her so much, but it wasn't until Tati broke it. And Sherry Payne told me about, because I was painting like Taji, and she was like, you don't have a face for all of that. She said, stop putting on all of that black on your, because Taji used to get done, and it used to take her forever. It used to piss me off. I'd be waiting so long for her to get painted. But she used to get done, and I used to get done right along the side with her. Scraps. You saw the picture I posted the other day of us, bitch. We gained it to the stars. But Sherry Payne had told me, she said, you better get into your own and start looking like you. So they pulled me out of trying to replicate her as an artist.
I understand that, man.
And I didn't feel like, because Taji was never going to tell me, bitch, you trying to jock my style. Because it was my best friend and I love her. So she was never going
to find your lane. That's why I'm saying about people, when they copy you,
and I did
find their lane too.
And I did. And I want to say, like, now today, looking, because my best friend, even when she had two legs, was entertaining like she do now.
Yes,
she just got slowed down.
She came to Memphis and whooped our girl so bad, baby.
And everybody, and I remember that tape. Everybody sat on their hands but you. Everybody said, when the Chicago girls go to Memphis or Florida, everybody sit on their hands.
Oh, I was livid.
It will sit on their hands, baby. But even down to when her pointing and shit down, and when you girls emulate that, Taji is restricted, so she had to find a way around to continue to entertain at the capacity that she does. So when y'all doing that, it really is sad to me.
But no, it's not, because they look like they trying. Only she can do it.
It's sad to me.
Only she can do it.
It's sad to me because though you say, oh, I live, then you go out there and you actually start thinking in your mind that this is your own. You finally get to a place where you understand, and you think that this is your.
It goes back to again too. Like I heard somebody say, and this is what I heard Erykah Badu say. She said, when you release your art into the world, people are free to do whatever they want.
Oh yeah, it's no longer yours.
It's no longer yours.
It's no longer yours.
You have to take that into consideration too.
Absolutely.
Because if you don't want nobody to copy you, if you don't then you can't do it. Period. You know what I'm saying?
But she asked me how it makes me feel, and let me answer that. How it makes me feel is I'm not dead. I'm still here doing or trying to get it out, of my system. So if you getting it out for me, you know what I'm saying? It's just like when the Stars of the Century DVDs start circulating and they were going to different bookings and seeing what they do on the show being done right before they can go out there and do it. But again, that was their fault, right?
But you got to always have a backup no matter what.
Yeah, you do.
That makes you professional.
Yes, it does.
I remember when Kiana did a pageant one time. It was just 3 girls in the pageant. And both girls she was competing against did Gia Scott. They both did that talent, put us to sleep twice. And she was about to come out and do it a 3rd time. I went back there, I said, whatever you got, anything, any music you got, change it right now. Change it now.
Do you see what I'm saying?
He loves me especially.
And
different.
Then I would ask that fat bitch, what you doing for talent? My Jill. That's not your Jill.
That's not yours. That is not yours. Jill was the first person I saw do that over 20 years ago.
That's not your Jill.
That's not your Jill.
Listen, that's my baby. But listen, nobody is challenging themselves enough to even reach and find. When I find music or when something is enticing to me, I'm a funk kind of girl. So I like funk. I like disco. I like songs from that realm. Even
you don't like the Dave. You like funk?
Love it.
Okay.
I don't like the bathe. Bitch, you got me fucked up.
You said you like funk.
I gargle, even though y'all can't smell my motherfucking breath, bitch. Even though y'all can't, even though y'all can't smell my motherfucking breath, I gargle because I don't want it to, bounce off the screen
back off your phone. Like, God,
you understand me?
You like when the pandemic came, this woman was wearing her mask and she walked in, said, "Damn, something stinking here." That her son said, "Mom, you got your mask on." So it was her breath bouncing back off of.
Listen, the masks need to go back into circulation. I want y'all to put them back on at the pageants when you walk up to me and speak, at least. I mean, or just don't look up at me. Speak right here, because not a lot of people can reach
that breath travel.
Pageant breath is the worst breath that I have ever smelled.
I was attacked.
Pageant breath is the word. And I understand, because this is why I always preach to girls. It is imperative that you are prepared for a day of pageantry. And that means tongue scrapers, floss, mints, mouthwash, pack a travel toothbrush, because you're going to be out all day. You're going to be talking all day. You're going to... In between the talks and stuff, and that stuff just festering. And then some of you motherfuckers just get up.
I keep my toothbrush in my purse at all.
Some of you motherfuckers just get up and start talking.
Child.
And then drink a Sprite and think that's gonna sweeten it up. No, it's just sweet shit now.
You thought somebody said, "Hey, good morning." Said, "Damn, did you fart?" It was just them saying good morning. That's a goddamn shame. But people do better. We listen. More than go vote. You got to vote, register to vote, and vote.gov. But also register to get your teeth cleaned. But you gotta get your cleanings. Because you can brush all you want to, but if that shit and your gums and shit infected and all that stuff, you can brush all day long. It's just gonna smell like minty shit. Or minty infection, baby. I'm telling you. And them new veneers, people with them new veneers, because they don't make you like go through the regular dental hygiene stuff. They just stack them teeth on your mouth and you ain't got nothing else done. Oh, I'd rather talk to your ass than your face.
It's disgusting. I just want to say it again. If you know your breath stink, please, wave to me.
The thing is, they don't know.
Yes, they do. Just wave to me.
I be having to go redraw my, I was like, damn, they done burnt some hair out of my brow. Let me go get a pill.
Say hey, TT. I'm gonna say, hey,
No,
baby.
no,
But
don't use
Shavonna,
no H word.
No, no,
Shavonna,
please don't. Yeah,
Shavonna.
I'm
No, no,
prepared for my next question.
yes. Tell me about the greatest moment of your life. And don't be no stupid girl, because I know you get fucked now.
Okay. Oh my God.
I know you used to didn't get fucked, and now you get fucked. Don't talk about no big
No,
old dick.
I
I
want
want to
to.
know the greatest moment in your life that made you just feel like even like I have arrived. I'm doing something really good right now. And tell me
Um,
about that moment. What was it like for you?
I think I would have to say at this point was the year that I won Miss Gay US of A because a lot of great things. Although I was homeless, a lot of great. God blessed me with a lot of great things and a lot of great opportunities. And I came home, and I don't want to say I was prepared for it, but I was kind of resistant at first, not
Mhm.
knowing what it was for, not knowing what it was. But I came home and the city welcomed me back with open arms. And for New Year's, I was on the news and bringing in the New Year's with Channel 7 and at the show.
Mm.
So I would have to say that when I captured the title of Miss Gay US of A at large, because I had only did the pageant once. And I
Mhm.
had a few girlfriends in the pageant that, that was really their dream as well. But I was
Like
new
who?
to Akasha, my Westland sister, Sasha Adams. It's one of my sisters who I love very deeply. Who else was in the pageant? I built a lot of relationships in that pageant as well. I mean, it was just an experience that I
Hadn't you
could, because
always wanted to be Gay US of A? Because I know you
I
from
wanted to be
Chicago
the
and
I
y'all
wanted to
country
be
music
the
girl,
skinny one.
but you wasn't skinny.
So what? Bitch, you don't know how I see myself. The fuck? And
Well, I'm gonna tell you how they see you.
my mother wasn't skinny when she captured the title.
She's skinny now, and she's gonna hold the title forever. The only plus girl to ever have won Miss Gay US of A. It's not happening no more.
I'm gonna challenge you to that. And it will happen again. The day
Speaking of
that
challenge,
the day that I get there and I
speaking of
compete.
challenge, all drag performers and entertainers over at our point of view, we are having a drag switch battle. The deadline is March 18th, 2026. You are to submit your video of you, yes, ladies, you performing a male song, whatever song you want to do. Not the girl female version of the male song, but a male song.
Do you got to be a man
You have to perform a man's song,
and just be a girl doing it?
being a girl
Just
doing
be
it.
I'm gonna do it.
People are still donating, so we don't know what the prize package would be, but the deadline is March 18th. So get your videos in. Whoever get the most like on this video will win the cash prize. All right? Don't say I didn't tell y'all. Because I know y'all said y'all sick of the boys doing the girl number. So we're gonna switch it up. And the girls
Oh,
gonna do the boys number.
Ashante.
Okay? But you got to be on the show and doing it on the show, and somebody filmed it for you, okay? We don't want no shit. It's money involved in this.
money.
Hey,
I'm
Piggy,
doing it.
do it.
Thank you, Ashante.
What you, go ahead,
Ashante picked my dress up from Calex's house and drove it to another part of Texas, and got it stoned. They picked it up and there wasn't enough stones on it, and they drove it to Ricky Durkee and he stoned it even more. So they was, thank you, Ashante, the Fox. I love you, girl.
What's this for
Um,
US of A?
when I
And
won,
see, Shavonna, a lot of people don't know you was in a down part of your life too before you even competed for this pageant. So I was so happy when you won. I said, because not you were you did your shit that night. You popped your shit, right? But I was so happy because I was saying, Lord, she needed a win so bad. Right now, at this moment, a win was inevitable. She needed it. Um, yes, on the show, Taji. Um, Tell us about that moment when they called your name to be Miss US of A at that.
oh, well, the whole week was a fool, y'all. because
Mhm.
God rest my auntie soul.
Patricia.
Desiree was Desiree was my promoter,
Okay. Was it in
and
Phoenix?
no, she held 3 prelims the year that Kenya was the queen.
Okay.
Kenya was a Florida girl, and Desiree, she backed her. And I did the last preliminary, which was Sunshine States, and God rest her soul too. Uh, Star Montrese won, and I was her first runner up, so I didn't win my preliminary. Didn't get nothing. I just showed up, and Desi hadn't spoke to her or nothing. Just showed up, and she had a room for me, child. Me and Gary, and I hadn't seen Ava in I don't know how long. And mind you, I had just lost like 90 pounds. So and Trent, you remember I was leaving your house and going to get shit tailored. I was skinny the motherfucker. So they had to take all my shit in. I got to the reason why I lost the prelim was because everything I put on fell off me. I hadn't put no pageant clothes on at all. Everything fell off me. Aria looked at me and
Were
was
you
like,
were you stressed out
at the prelim?
when you lost 90 pounds? Because bitch, you ain't went running.
Which fuck you, bitch. Um, listen, you get on my goddamn nerves. But I was just like in awe because I was like, when you're fat, you don't really pay attention that you've actually lost weight until you
Mhm.
see your clothes. Like it took me. Gary had to tell me, Shavonna, you can't buy no more 18s and 20s and stuff. And I
Mm,
had got down to like a 14, 16. And didn't know
Mm.
that's what I was because I'm just so used to buying big clothes.
yeah.
So once we got to the preliminary, Aria was like, Shavonna, this stuff don't fit. I'm finna like pin you and what and do what up. My Aria had to pad me so big at the prelim to make the stuff even look like it was. So that's how I lost the preliminary. The pageant was 3 weeks after the preliminary.
Oh wow.
It was 3 weeks after. I was driving back and forth to Dallas like nobody's business for
So
no
she said on that
waste
powder.
wasting time. And once I got to the pageant, didn't know nothing about nothing about nothing. Hadn't gotten a handbook to read. Didn't know I was supposed to be Dominique at talent check-in, bitch. I'm at the fabric store trying to get my talent outfit done. And the contestants, thank you, glory to God, like that pastor said. Um,
Damn. Millet.
Listen, they were calling me. Shavonna, like all the contestants, Shavonna, where you at? Shavonna, where are you? Why aren't you here? I'm like, I'm at the fabric store. I'm trying to get my stuff done for talent. They're like, you have to be at talent rehearsal. I'm like, I'm doing solo talent. I ain't got shit to rehearse. They said, no, it's mandatory, bitch.
You stupid bitch.
I said, zoom from the fabric stuff. Girl, interviewed that's talent that night. Told my niece, make my talent skirt 39 inches. I know right now we're saying 42, make it 39. By the time I put my tights on, that's going to be what it's going to be. She didn't listen to me. And I said, make a gospel top. She made a whole top and a too big skirt. Gary damn near had to
But
push
there
me
are
on
hoes in the
stage
church.
for yes, they were. And my breasts were out like nobody's business for talent, girl. I mean, if I could have broke down before and I didn't have another option. So I was wrecked and wanted to go home after first night. And if JoJo would have said, let's go, we would have left. But I stayed, and the next day I went into the interview room, come downstairs, it's a flat on the tire, because I didn't know we were supposed to stay at the host hotel. Another thing, Dominique, but couldn't. I had my own suite. and
Mm.
I made Gary stay at the host hotel, and I took my gowns because they were so big to the suite. Girl, come downstairs, it's a flat. Wasn't able to get really painted for interviews, so I went in there looking like Miss Swan with a ski cap on and everything. I'm gonna show you the picture. But bitch, I went in there and the interview went over so well. I came out in tears because they were asking me shit that was, just tear jerkers. But came out of there, it really went well. Judges was crying with me and shit. And then they called my name final night, the last name. So I was getting ready to shit on myself standing up there because it was the 11th name and they hadn't said nothing. And they called me finally. And the last number was 12. And you knew how big my dress was. And Calexis told me, she said, you're either going to have to be 1, 5 or 6, or 12 in order for that to work. And as the Lord saw fit, I was the final contestant.
Look at you, Shavonna.
Coming to back, and one of the contestants told me, girl, I know you already know. She was just in a frenzy. I said, no, what? What's going on? Well, you won interview. I started crying.
Wow.
Well, you crying in the interview too? How much fucking crying did you
I
do?
started crying, and I went back over. I said, Gary, we finna win.
Did you really?
I said, Gary,
we
we finna win.
Wow.
And when they called my name, bitch, I mean, I was weak in the knees.
SWV.
Weak in the knees. I was so grateful, so gracious, because I didn't have a place to live. I was sleeping in my car. I was sleeping in my car after I won the pageant, up until Gary told on me, and he called and told Ava my situation. And Ava called me and said, do you need a key to my house? I said, what you mean? You need to stop sleeping in that car.
You sound just like her.
And so from that point on, I went to Ava's house, and I was there with her until they switched to Chicago with the Lip Chicago. She saved me. It's so important to have girlfriends by your side, because I didn't want to go and live with my best friends, because that's one of our rules. Bitch, you don't win no pageant, you ain't got your shit together. But I just felt like I felt it in my spirit. If not now, then when?
Did you find it hard to reign because you wasn't stationary, or did you finally get stationary?
Yes, it was very hard. It was very hard, because I wanted to be independent. And even when somebody was trying to help me, I'm like, no, I'm good.
You really wasn't good.
And I really wasn't. You know me.
Pride
Gets in my way a lot. I don't ever want to be a charity case, know. And it's just I don't know. It's something, because I've led a very blessed life. People have been so good and so gracious to me that I just don't, ask for handouts, even when I need them.
But do you find you do yourself a disservice doing that?
But
stop doing it.
I believe in the power of God, and what will be, and I don't think that I can ever get to a place to where life will defeat me, because I've been really low, and I know what that feels like, and it's not a good feeling, so I'm not willing to go back to that. My thought process has changed with how I process a lot of stuff now,
And where did that change come from?
A book you had me read, which is called The 4 Agreements, and it allowed me to release a lot of strongholds on my life. It allowed me to release a lot of things that I held against people for their wrongdoings towards me. And a lot of them don't even know I've forgiven them. But it's not for me to, tell them, hey, I'm forgiving you. It was, like I said, forgiveness is for yourself. Forgiveness is for you to have a free mind when you wake up in the morning, and you have peace. When there's so many people that are disrupting your peace, you need to separate from them. And sometimes it's going to hurt, because you do love those people, but take a step back and think about how loud they make your life. And I've had to do that. I've had to do that, because do you hear what's around me? That feels so good.
Who is that?
That feels so good. Who is that?
Around
That's her. But it feels so good. And when you got people that's constantly disrupting that's a problem. And we don't realize that the people that we love are draining, because you love them. But every day they calling you, telling you, oh, girl, let me tell you what happened today. Oh, bitch, let me tell you about such and such. Oh, girl, I got some dirt. Oh, bitch, let me tell you this. Oh, bitch, I had the most horrible day. And then now your day is affected, because all of their trauma have fell on you. It's called trauma dumping. You got to release that.
Yeah, I remember my sister telling me, "Oh, my light's about to get cut off." I said, "Girl, Dollar Tree got them good candles, girl. Ain't but $1.25 a piece. What you want me to do about that?"
I've had family that did that shit to me.
Shavonna, have you had to release people in your life that you still did have a lot of love for, but it was detrimental to you to keep them around? So you had to release them and let them go. And how did that feel? And then how did you overcome feeling that way?
My girlfriend always tell me, "Bitch, you gonna run out of friends," because I'm a Libra. So
Is the scales really unbalanced?
know that scale means that we can fit in any situation. We're going to balance it out immediately when we walk in the room. I'm going to read it and I'm going to dissect it and I'm going to fit right in wherever it is. That's what the scale means for me. I don't know what it means for anyone else. But for me, I'm an emotional being. And
You're not lying about y'all being able to fit anywhere. I remember Arya had a smart car and you got in it. And you know how little those cars are, Shavonna.
I drove that bitch.
Yeah, you did. So y'all can't fit in anything. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, fuck you. Listen, and you know what comes after that. But what was I saying? Yes, I'm an emotional being, and when I'm attached to a person, I'm emotionally attached to them.
Okay.
And I love my friends. I do. So if I have someone that I love that continue, because I'm a forgiving person, but I'm not the Lord, and I'm not gonna keep doing it. You know, so I'll allow you to get a few passes, and hey, and then I continue to tell myself I'm gonna quit fucking with this bitch, and then don't fuck with her for a minute. Then we come back together. But when I'm done, baby.
What's the hardest thing you had to forgive?
The hardest thing I had to forgive. I would have to say my dad, because I'm his only child, and my father at one point in time chose to help another woman raise her grandchild instead of helping with me. And my grandmother always said to me, she said, "When you make something of yourself, he'll be back. He'll be back," and another thing, like I said, my parents, I didn't let people bad talk my parents at all. Like even no matter what their wrongdoings was, I would get into fights if somebody was going to read my mama or my daddy. But my dad, one day, when we rekindled our relationship, he said one thing to me that made me let everything go. And he told me how grateful he was for my grandfather stepping in and taking the lead, because he actually didn't know what he was doing. And his relationship with my mom had nothing to do with me, and he shouldn't have let it affect us. And me and my dad now are, he lived next door. I could walk to my daddy's house. He lived 2 blocks away. So, it was at that point where I just, like I said, let so much go in my life. And like, even when I gave up my apartment right before I won US of A, I was just like I told you, it was, if not now, then when. I just felt it. I was like, I think I can do this right now. So I think that would have to be the toughest thing that I would have to forgive, because people who are not blood related to me, it really makes me know, never mind. And if you have me as a friend, you are privileged.
Excuse the fuck out of me. Go ahead.
I'm a very good friend.
Yeah.
Do
you feel like that's to a fault? Do you feel like it's to a fault, or you operating right where you should be?
Tell me what you mean by that.
Sometimes we can love people even past their understanding. Like sometimes you would do things for people that they probably wouldn't do for you, right? And so sometimes it'll put you in a place when it's your time to need something, and people are not just running to you like you would have indeed ran to them. Do it make you feel away? Do you feel like, well, why I keep putting myself in these type of situations? Because people who love hard, they also receive more heartbreaks than anybody.
Oh yeah.
So do you find it at a fault, or do you think that you're operating right where you should be?
I buy birthday gifts for bitches who ain't ever gotten me anything on my birthday.
Me too, Sean.
But it doesn't, just like when I gave you those gifts or had the gifts sent to your house and you said, Shavonna, ain't nobody ever sent nothing to my house. You know,
Never.
Things like that. That's what I'm saying. I'm that type of friend. Like I would go out of my way for my friends before I would myself, you know. But that blessing always comes back on me. I don't give because I'm thinking that the person I'm giving to is eventually going to give it back to me. That's not what life is about. And I live by the mantra of pass it on, you know?
No, that's Patty the Bell song. That's not a mantra.
Yeah, it is a mantra.
No,
The tray gave you chlamydia, you passed it on. You know,
oh my gosh, girl. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I'm just saying, you have to you have to give with and Taji actually taught me that. She in preparation, I forgot who I was reading, but it was one of the many people I depended on. And she told me to stop expecting people to just do shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get it done yourself.
Yeah.
And don't expect them to do it because you did it.
That's it. Because the people that we are sent to help, right? We won't get it back from them, but God will make sure we get it back in some capacity. So that's why you always have to give into this life. I make sure that I make a concerted effort to make sure I can be of assistance to people. You know what I'm saying? I don't let people drain me no more, but I like to be able to bless people because I know that's where my blessings come from. Just having the ability and the mindset to even want to bless people. Like I want people to bless me tonight because my birthday's Sunday. Like I put my cash up there. Yeah, I want y'all to buy me drinks and food and shit. Hit me up.
Oh, you sure did put your cash up there. I didn't even notice you did that.
That's my cash app too, and my birthday is today.
You said you was a Libra.
I need a fill-in. Ain't had one in a month.
No, you know what? You need to get your nails a little shorter.
You don't tell me what I done to do.
No, because I know you finger fuck your boys.
No, I don't.
Tell us about that. You a girl who always talked about banging people out. Now you know we getting into things now, and then you said somebody came in and fucked you real good, and you said, "Damn, I've been missing this." So you are a new self-proclaimed bottom.
Let me tell you something. When I came home, I immediately was in a I always have had the ability to look like somebody's baby mama. So so immediately I got in a relationship with this guy, and he had a bunch of kids, and he's a really good father, but he just a cancer and was not, a good fit for me. We're still friends to this day, but we couldn't spend a life together. After him, I moved into my place from with my uncle, and I met this guy, and he was persistent. I told him, I was like, I'm not what you're looking for, and that's a big old piece of meat, so I'm not gonna make you happy and you can't get what you. He was like, just let me come see you. Let's, chill, blah, blah, blah. So, the first date, nothing really happened. He kind of like wooed me and stuff like that. And, but the next time, it was powerful. And it really was,
the way
because
you said that, it was powerful.
It was because I was like, ready, but then I wasn't ready. And then I was like, kind of sore after he left. So then I said, I want to be like the girls in the videos. And just take it. So,
oh God.
So I did what girls had to do, and train myself, It got to that point, and I was like, wow, this is really fun. And we would go for hours. I mean, Keith, oh, I mean,
Uh-huh.
uh,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
he, he fucked,
Look at Taji. Taji told he got it
he,
wrong.
he, like a dog. He, fucked me for about 12 hours one night. Like,
Oh, that is insane.
oh, bitch, we did it from 12 to 12. But the first time, I mean, it was like 8 hours, and I was like, damn, that was a long time. But that next time, and then he came back the next day. Those are, I mean, I'm familiar with those 3 times, but I got slammed by him a lot. But now he told me, bitch, don't ever talk to me again. So that'll never happen.
Damn, Shavonna.
Yeah, so these men need to be better fathers to their children, and they have wives and girlfriends and stuff like that they actually be having that I don't know about. So I don't give a fuck. Now I
What if
can.
you knew? If you knew, you
Huh?
wouldn't mess with him if you knew?
No, not anymore. Because when I did know, and I was dealing with guys like that, and I think it come back on you.
Yeah, you
Because
can't.
my boyfriends have been touched too because of it, and I said, Lord, this because I was having this woman man knowing it was her man.
Yeah.
And some of these women have called me and told me that I
They
looked
said
you up.
what?
I looked you up and it say you a drag queen or something. I said, this is my niece's phone, and and I'm under her contract. I don't know what you're talking about. But you can get off my phone and talk to your husband. I go right in. Bitch, don't call me with that shit. I look
You
at your
had one
phone.
guy who had another baby mama named Shavonna, right?
Don't talk about that,
Okay.
bitch.
What? Now what happened? It was 2 Shavonnas? Go
Was.
ahead. Go ahead.
Don't talk about that.
Okay. She don't want to go there. Okay.
No,
Okay, Shavonna.
yes.
I look at you as one of the funniest people in the goddamn world because we get around each other, make each other
Ain't shit
laugh
funny, Mom.
incessantly. We make each other laugh like all
Yeah.
the time. And you announced one time when you was living in Atlanta. This is when Sophia had made the long post about Black Universe. And they didn't like that she made that post. So since you feel that way, they gave her the boot right. And everybody know that Sophia and Dominique used to
A
host
match made in heaven.
talent together, and they were so fun together. They can feed off each other like magic, right? They can finish each other's thoughts and words and stuff. So they were so good together. So they made a post that Shavonna Brooks was
Ferris
gonna
ain't shit funny.
They said Shavonna Brooks is gonna host Universe along with Dominique. I was like, man, this is gonna be so good. Shavonna finna eat this shit up. Shavonna, you get to the venue and talent is happening. Tell me about your experience.
It was the worst experience of my life. And not for no other reason, but I was in a territory that I had never been in. I had never been to final night of Miss Black Universe. I could always come to the preliminary nights because I would have time. I worked on Halloween. That's y'all birthday, and I always celebrate y'all in a big way on that day. So I was always
Who was y'all?
all of y'all clowns that be doing this shit. I always go to work on y'all birthday. So October 31st, I just never had been, or those Sundays I would be working. So when I had went to host it, it was my first time at the final night of Black Universe. It was all foreign to me. I didn't know anything. I didn't know talent was the very first category. So in Shavonna B. Brooks fashion, I'm coming because I can throw on a mug in 20.5 seconds. I didn't have the time that night. And then I didn't get any prompts or impromptus or heads up. This one is doing God rest his soul. I think I ruined the impact of BJ's talent because somebody had touched the keyboard, and I went right in and said, "Well, the Lord has been real," So and he's supposed to, but no one said this getting ready to happen, and it just felt like Auntie was rushing me, and it just wasn't a good experience. I wish it would have been because I was ready, but I didn't have
the connection.
it just wasn't a good thing.
And
And
Dominique, now you talked about diehard friend. She's a diehard friend to Sophia. Because if you couldn't do it with Sophia, you could tell she didn't really want to do it with nobody.
no, she wasn't interested in doing
And
it
you
with
was
me.
throwing jokes, she wouldn't catch them. She would do it on purpose. Oh, we're going to the next person.
Yes, it was
like,
very much.
what
We're
is
gonna move
going
on to
on?
the next contestant. So, and I can't fault her for that.
No, you can't.
I can't fault her for that. She was that's how but whatever. I'm a professional and the show must go on. And I did my best, but I never got another shot at it because that was a bad experience for
I
me.
would
And
love it if you do it again.
I can't blame anybody. No, I mean that's these people shit. You can't tell them what to do. I ain't won that. And
You
they
know I
got
can't tell them what to do, honey. They weren't thinking about me when I was sitting there. You know I
but
can't tell them what to do.
but I love the family. I love the system, but I am not a part of that. They got people over there that do what I do. They don't do it anywhere near as good as I could, but they got them.
Who they got?
They got people in place to host what they need to host. They don't. There is no need for me. Black Universe ain't gonna. You all are still going to participate and come and see that pageant with or without Shavonna B. Brooks. So
That's
it's
true.
never no water off my back.
Or theirs. Okay, I get you. Let me
Mhm.
let me say this. So you started your career in hosting. Flame was the first one to put the mic in your hand. You got comfortable with it, and you went far with it. How did you get the job at Lips?
That's the job the only job I've ever had to audition for.
Mm.
And when I auditioned was before they were opening, and my sister Ashley Cruz, they came in to scout out girls at the bar that I was the host of. The night they came, I was out of town on a booking. So they didn't get a load of me. They got a load of all of my other girlfriends and they hired them on the spot.
Mm.
So I had to audition. By the time I auditioned, they had already had their host in line. And when I auditioned, they told me it's not no, it's just not right now.
Mm.
I left and moved to Vegas because I was getting
Hey,
tired of
Shante.
tired of
Welcome on.
Burkhart's, and I didn't last in Vegas but about a good 2 or 3, maybe 4 good gospel months, baby. And I was back in Atlanta on the shows like, bitch, y'all miss me? And it was like, yes. So I came back the day I moved back, got my job back right back at Burkhart's. And it just so happened that Charlie Brown was calling out of work a whole lot. And they were having to have people host the show on the spot, like when she would call out because she would do it the day of.
Mhm.
And all the girls started telling them, like, you need Shavonna. Shavonna back here. You need to call Shavonna. All of my sisters that were working there, like Nikki,
Mhm.
Nicole, Christian, like all of them was saying, Shavonna is back in town. You need to call her. Y'all need to get her over here. She gonna set this place on fire. So the night I went and did it, my audition, Taji came with me and um blew the roof off the motherfucker. Did something that they weren't used to. I went right in the audience and started fucking with everybody. And
Bruce, I
I
remember you.
got the job. So that was one of the greatest jobs I've ever had.
What
Because
made it so great?
I was able to say what the fuck I wanted to say, and them owners didn't give a shit.
Really?
They told everybody else what they could and couldn't say, but they let Shavonna B. Brooks say whatever the fuck she wanted to say to people. Because I have an ability of reading people very well. I know if you don't want to be fucked with, and if you don't want to be fucked with, I'ma still fuck with you, but politely. And I know how to get across to people in a room for the most part. So
Mhm.
it was an easy job, and it was the money was good, and the girls were the best part of it. They were the cream of the crop to me. I love the girls, and that's what made me come to work. It was the entertainers because they worked hard and they put on a great show. And having me was just the cherry on top.
Mm. Why do you think shows like that do so well? as opposed to other shows?
Well, see, you gotta know how to let girls be themselves, but direct your show the way that you know it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be variety on the show. You're not supposed to
Mhm.
see every girl coming out doing a backflip, a kick, a split, and a twirl. You know, you're supposed to have a glamour girl. You're supposed to have a girl who give you ballads. You're supposed to have a dancing girl. You're supposed to have a girl that sing. You're supposed to have a girl that, can jump off the bars into the splits you know what I'm saying? It's about variety. And
Yeah.
what their dynamic was making the crowd go crazy. So when I got there, it was a rough start because I was doing what I would do at the show club, and it didn't work there. So once I got my niche to make them go up and see what they need, it was all a go,
Oh yeah,
all a go,
you was amazing on that mic over there at Lips. How long did
all
you
a
stay with
go.
Lips?
I started in, I think it was 10 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's a good time.
What made you leave?
My mom passed away, and then I got Bell's palsy 2 months after. And it was like my beauty was taken away. God will humble you in the most of humbling ways. And I think I just had a lot I was wearing on me, and it was his way of saying, sit down. And I still didn't sit down. I kept
Mhm.
going, kept going, and kept going because Victoria's brother called me like right after, because I thank God for girlfriends because they didn't let me alone because I was in that room right over there and I just didn't want to come out, didn't want to be bothered with it. And when someone dies, they call you like a bill collector. They just blow your phone up and they want answers immediately. And I didn't have them. I didn't know what to do. I never buried anybody in my life.
Yeah.
And for the first person to be my mom, it was horrible. It was an awful experience. And, I had a lot of stress from family members too. And then I wasn't really, like paying attention was affecting me. And I think that that was the cause of what happened. Because I was at
Mm.
work and I was explaining to them, I was like, something's going on with my hearing. I'm talking on the microphone and it sounds like I got a cup up to my ear.
Oh wow.
And nobody could, like, I looked it up and it was nothing that nobody could say to me to tell me what was going on. I didn't go get no sweet oil or nothing. And the next day was Continental Plus, which was funny because it happened at Continental Plus.
Really?
I was
Were
supposed
you
to go to,
competing?
D. Ebony was competing.
Yeah. Okay.
And this was the year after I had made a fool of myself. And I was supposed to go to see her final night. And it happened the day that I went to go and see her. So it was the day before final night. And I was awake and I went in the front and this bitch Ava laying on the couch. I'm on the phone with Antonio King. And I was laughing. He said something funny and my face wasn't moving. So I went in the front. I said, Ava, is my face twisting? That bitch said, no. About 4 hours later, I was looking like over here. I'm like, you lying fat bitch. But that whole experience is when you're in the beauty industry and you're not so beautiful, it's
Mhm.
and I can't tell you the amount of um insecurities it brings on you because you just think that people and no one would even notice until I told them that it happened to me. But
Right.
in my head
In your head.
and how I digested
Everybody
it
saw it. Yeah.
is I don't look the same anymore.
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
it's, I depend on context to see. If I don't have them in, I
Mm-hmm.
can't see you.
Mhm.
People probably think I'm shady and stuff when I don't speak and stuff, but I really can't see you. Like my
Mm-hmm.
eyes are kind of bad if I don't have my contacts in, and putting them in while doing makeup. I told Trent this weekend it was the first time in 2 years that I have been able to do it and my eye not run or my contact not dry out or move or shift. So God has been
Mm-hmm.
healing me, and I pray that I'm able to return to the stage very soon, because it is my outlet. It's my lifeline. It's my life's work, and I've worked very hard to maintain a position in this field, and I've been very blessed to continuously have one for over 20 years. Thank you, Jesus, because
Mhm.
I love doing this. But that was my reason for stepping away. I couldn't grasp um, to the adaption of doing drag with Bell's palsy,
Mhm.
and I thank you to all of my sisters who have and everybody who's aided me in this journey. Giselle, Alexis, Gabrielle, Sherrington. Uh,
I'm sure Princess
Thank you.
Brandy.
My
Mhm.
mama, both my mamas, Chevelle had it too. Um, you know, I thank y'all for the encouragement, because there were things that happened that I caught in the beginning because they told me to. And Yesha and my sister Sapphire, they were sitting there when it was happening. You were sitting there with me while it was happening, and they told me what to do immediately. So, it was just I guess you could say a stepping stone or a blockage that the devil thought he had over me. But as you can see,
Mhm.
God has
He restored
restored
you.
me,
Yes.
and I'm
Yeah.
so thankful. I'm
Mhm.
so blessed, and I don't take it lightly, and I don't take it for granted. And
And let me ask you this, Shavonna. After going through those insurmountable obstacles, like what did you learn from yourself about yourself that you didn't know at first?
oh, uh, I'm a strong bitch,
Mhm.
because I've faced life where people, if I could tell, go on, and as you can see, I could go on and on about different things,
Mhm.
but I have had a journey like no other. I'm 6'4.5". I'm over 300 pounds. I'm the girl that was, supposed to be the big clocky queen to come out of Chicago. But I always had a pretty face, and I could always command the stage. So, like I say, my talents have always made room for me, and I'm grateful for that. Uh, Excuse me. Tell me what you asked me again.
What have you learned about yourself after going through all you've been through that you didn't
Um,
know before?
I never gave up on me.
Mhm.
I never gave up on me. And you know how sometimes you just ready to go?
Yeah.
I've been there, and I didn't want to go.
You wanna go. But you felt that low.
Oh yeah. Oh, a few times in life. A breakup will make you feel like that, bitch. But you have to have faith. If your faith
Mm-hmm.
ain't strong and you're not grounded and geared in Christ, to me,
Mm-hmm.
I think you'll fail without even knowing you're failing.
Mm.
Do you think, because you had said that God, you felt that God had moved in your life at that time. What do you think he was trying to get your attention about? Do you think it was something that he was trying to say, okay? Because I know I've had instances where I was like, I lost my son at one point. And during that time, I had almost put religion to the back burner, and I wasn't just reading the Bible like I used to and all of that stuff. And I felt like that God took him from me to make me realize, wait a minute, I'm supposed to be the most important thing going on in your life. and you put everything in front of me. What do you think was the lesson he was trying to get you to see in that moment?
I was giving too much of myself to everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes when you continuously pour and pour and pour and pour, you're not paying attention that you're on E.
Mm-hmm.
And it was coming from this way and that way and this way and this way and this way and this way. And a lot of people don't understand why I don't answer my phone a lot.
Yeah.
But I don't answer it a lot because I enjoy my peace right now, because I think that is where my healing comes into play.
Mm-hmm.
And as I said to you all earlier, people are draining. They're really draining. And you don't know what draining is because you love the person.
Mm-hmm.
But your mama can be draining.
Listen,
Mm-hmm.
Shavonna, my mama called me one time and said, Charles, this man told me I took his $30 and he finna try to beat me up. She said, can you please send me $30? I said, no, ma'am, I can't. I said, if you took that man $30, you just go and get your little ass whooping and call me later. you just get sick of people because they'll latch on and they won't let go. You can say, I just lost my job or I ain't been working. Oh, okay. You got $100 you can send me. It's just, God damn, bitch, did you just hear me?
Let me tell you something. I anybody like that, I have to get them. I haven't worked since October. And thank you, God. I've been sustaining by the grace and mercy of our Lord and Savior, because I told you all I never stopped. When my mom passed, I was supposed to sit down. I didn't sit down. I kept going and kept going. And I said, one day I can't take this no more. I need to go home, and I need to be home, and I need to sit home and be by myself. And I've been by myself, and from me being by myself, I've discovered that I guess you can say this is really where the healing took place, because I was able to release everything that I needed to release that I didn't release. And grieving has no expiration date. And some people never get over the loss of loved ones. And I had a lot of back-to-back deaths in 2024. Right after my mom passed, 2 months to the day, my hairdresser, who was me and Taji's and Christian girlfriend of over 20 and 30 years. And she did my hair weekly.
That's
And
why your ends need cutting now.
bitch, ain't had them touched since she died. I just cut them myself. But in November, another one of my closest, bestest friends was murdered in Memphis. And all of that stuff, accumulating, and you don't give yourself time to process and get over and stuff. I just felt the need to go ahead and get away from life as it is right now. No matter what, I will take a leap of faith in a minute. And you know that I just told you I gave up my apartment and said, "Hey, let me do this pageant." I
never known you to leap.
He hasn't left in a while either, Shavonna. So don't let him.
Oh, he leaping! I saw that bitch bust a 360 this weekend. He leaping. It's in slow motion. But you're not gonna tell me I ain't leap, baby. I used to, back in the day. I was a dancer.
Back what day was this?
It was,
when they got their stamps
in the golden age. Dominique, don't start your shit.
I'm not serious.
Shavonna,
but let me ask you this: in the time that you've been spending with yourself, and you've been going through, you went through the grieving process and all that stuff. Do you find that you found a love for yourself that you had never had before? That a long time. Do you feel like you rediscovered yourself, and you really was like, oh my God, I really love the person that I am, and I never really realized how much I did.
I have a lot of sex lately, and
Here
it's
we go.
real.
Here we go. Here we go. Go.
It is,
Here we go. Go ahead.
and
Here we go.
Dominique, I gotta take a hormone shot because I'll be waking up ready to slay. And listen,
Slay all day.
the children love to be slain, and I'm here to be the slayer and sometimes the slayee. However, that has like helped with like my downtime. I guess you could say I've had a little bit of fun, but the fun is coming to an end. Because
Hey, Roy.
it's just time. But being by myself, I've always enjoyed being by myself, bitch. I can burst into a huge laughter up in this bitch all alone from me. I swear,
Mhm.
from shit that I'm sitting up looking at or thinking of. I said because I'm just a humorous person. I never forget the very first time I made Taji smoke weed. Um,
You made
and
her
that
smoke.
Yes, I did, and she was a professional
Dang, boom.
at this time. Taji had, I'm telling you, she's calculated. Taji knew what she was doing from the moment she woke up to the time she went to bed. That's just how calculated of a bitch she was. She's a daily planner. No, I'm
What's her
serious.
sign? What's her sign?
She's a Capricorn. Do
Capricorn.
you
Okay.
do you know? Antonio's a Capricorn too. You see,
Okay.
yeah, but every day she had a planner. I think like Taji keeps a planner, whether it's for a pageant or for daily life. Taji has a planner. And she told me what day we were going to do it and
Mhm.
when we was going to do it.
Uh-huh.
And I went home and I got my brother because at the time I was, I was beginning smoking. I had my brother like roll it up.
Uh-huh.
Baby, we had smoked and I said something and that bitch was dying laughing and then I looked over and she was in tears. Just I said, bitch, I'm not smoking with you ever again. What the fuck is wrong with you?
You probably gave her some za too
I
on her
was
first
like,
try.
no.
Baby.
But I love being alone or being with my girlfriends or my favorite pastime is playing some cards.
Tonk.
Ooh,
Mhm.
Trent should have never taught me how to play the game because I love to use my
You know how
brain.
to play cards?
Oh, I love cards. I love cards. And I mostly
Really?
win. I mostly win.
Mostly till I come in the building.
I
But
mostly win.
I haven't played cards in so long.
we play them
I
all
taught
the
Kishana how
time.
to play Tonk, and she's been crazy about it ever since. But they play for way more money than I ever played for. Like, I got a limit. I ain't taking all my fucking money playing no card.
It's a good.
Yeah.
I will play for hours. Like because it's like a sport. It really is. So
Yeah, tennis
I
card.
enjoy doing that.
It is a sport. You
I've
kicked our
always
ass Sunday night. And I mean, you won every time the bet got high, she took it down. It's like this bitch, it's this bitch hiding cards. She come bring these big ass index size cards over there. The letter was so motherfucking big. I said, what the fuck is these?
I can't see them little bitty numbers. I'm always asking, what's
And
that?
I mean, she won every hand and every side bet. Not just once the
Oh
side
my
bet
God.
grew. I said, this bitch cheated. Brought the motherfucking
That's what
Gone.
I that's what I enjoy doing. Like on that's what I've been. That's actually I call it my job because that's what I have been doing since I got
okay.
home.
When it's
I'm
good, it's good.
playing cards for money, child.
Let me
But
tell you, I've been playing cards since I was 11 years old.
So you're
I
back
hung
in
around a number of
Chicago
older
now,
people.
Shavonna?
tell me, yes, I'm back in
You're
Chicago.
okay. Well, we need to link up. I'll be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and Monday of next week.
I think I'll be in Houston. I've been supposed to go and help my baby sister mistress for a month, and that bitch keep calling me, reading
Well,
me, leaving
she
me
still need
nasty
help after a
threatening.
month.
She's yeah, and
Damn, miss you.
but I've had some things that I had to take care of here, and I had bookings, and I just didn't feel
Mm.
like being in and out of airports, so it's just a lot, you know. When you're trying to
Mm.
be a 27-year-old lady in America,
Are you mentoring a 27-year-old?
huh?
You're mentoring a 27-year-old? That's nice of you.
Mistress is 27.
Oh, I thought you trying to act like you was 27.
I am. We're the same age.
Yeah.
You got a problem?
We
Shavonna.
believe.
Shavonna.
What?
So you talked about Flame put the mic in your hand. Who do you see yourself in? Who did you put the mic? Who hand did you put the mic in to pass it on? To pay it forward?
Well, Tasia has always given me my flowers for her ability to
Shout out to Tasia Thomas. That bitch
work
is
them.
good.
Yes, chef. And Tasia is our chemistry is electric because I can say something and that bitch be knowing what, and not everybody gets because I'm a movie buff. I love cinema, especially comedy movies and stuff.
Yeah.
And I will recite a scene in a minute. And she is one of the people that will know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about immediately. Immediately. So our connection was like that. And she like worked under me for a while and she caught on. The bitch caught on, and she's very, very good. Her, I think my granddaughter too, Tatiana Tuesday Dickerson.
Love Tatiana Tuesday.
I see my grandbaby doing
She
her thing.
is crazy. Do you hear me?
And Tatiana, she got her grooming through her grandmother as well. I see a lot of things that a lot of girls who were fortunate enough to be up under me when I was doing my thing with them. They like you catch on. Some girls will say shit to you like it's they saying. And I've had to put up with that as well, but I get those type of girls away from me. But the ones who, give you flowers. Because I can't stand I can't stand a biting ass bitch who don't confess to being a biting ass bitch.
You know any by name?
I know a lot by name, but I'm not gonna call them out on here because you're a biting ass bitch and you need to come up with your own gimmick.
Shavonna,
What?
on the mic one time, Victoria LePage said every girl wants to be continental.
She lied.
But that's kind of true, especially girls from Chicago.
It is. Every feminine girl wants to be Miss Continental, but they've found
and
a lot of
not so
masculine
feminine
ones too.
There's some
They've
not so
found
feminine.
a lot of masculine ones too, which is why I couldn't understand. But you love to bring them up, bitch. At some point in time, you want to bring them up to me. Let me tell you something about Continental.
Okay, it is. Because you started out looking like Ginger Grant. She was the first.
Continental is to me what US of A is to all of the Texas girls.
Right.
And it is that to every Chicago girl as well. When you come from here and you see how majestic that stage is, when you see all these girls come from across the continent and you know it's in your hometown, you begin to groom yourself as though you're already there. But I know my downfalls in the system. I know what happened when I was over there. And, sometimes some things just come to an end in life, and that's okay. And you become fine with that. But it doesn't mean that you still don't love it or don't appreciate what they do. You just know it's really not for you anymore. And that's that.
So there's not a chance that you'll ever go back.
No.
So that chapter is completely closed. A lot of girls say that and they end up preparing.
The end.
You look like one of those girls, though.
No, I'm not. I was one of those girls the last time I went. But, neither here nor there. It's always an experience. But I've had it. I'm good.
You're good.
And because that is nothing but bragging rights for me.
Okay. To say what?
To say I want it. I mean,
what are your dreams and aspirations as it pertains to pageantry? What would you like to be? Or you just done, period?
No, I'm not done. There's a couple of things I'm getting ready to win. But
you're gonna win.
Yes.
I love it. That's how you have to speak. You have to speak that
Yeah,
thing.
there you go.
Thing
Speak these things into existence as though they were.
as though they were.
And I know that I'll win them because my passion for them, I have passion for systems that don't know I have passions for them. And I've watched and done my homework and been there and been alongside queens long enough to know what the system deserves and requires. So I know what I can take to certain
Well, talk
systems.
about that. What do these systems deserve?
A punch in the motherfucking face. But in another aspect, some of these systems should be commended because their setup has been working for them. However, I think it is time in the game of pageantry that we start taking into account that you would have no system if it weren't for the contestants. If you do not please them or cater to them, you won't have a contest. Stop going out of your way to act as though you want to be me. No, bitch. Because at one point in time, you were in their shoes. And you were mistreated. And you were made feel less than. And you didn't like it. But now that you've gained what you worked so hard for 55,000 years, they finally cheated and let you win. And now you're treating them the same way you were treated.
So you think that's why there's a decline in
that is exactly why you do not have the numbers that you should have. It's because these contestants do not feel when you go to Miss Gay US of A, I don't give a fuck what year I ever been. I always felt like I won. And this was at Dominique. This was Miss Gay US of A. I had only went to one at large when my best friend got first. I was so pissed. I didn't go back.
You feel like they cheated?
When April Rain won, I was the maddest bitch in the building. I had told her, I said, wipe your face, because she was crying. I said, wipe your face. You ain't got shit to be crying about. You won. They just don't know who the fuck you are. Let's get the fuck out of here. And I didn't go back.
I love those type of friends. Get your goddamn face together. Okay.
The pageant, Christy did it to me one time. I started crying because I felt cheated, and they gave this my sister most beautiful. I said, you couldn't even give me most beautiful. She said, Sparkle, shut the fuck up and get this goddamn shit crying. You're not gonna cry over no goddamn Miss Jeffrey Pub. But that's just who we are to each other. I'm sure Taji let me hold it in the comments. I can't see shit. But that's just who we were to each other. Listen, things have changed, and these kids are seeing that you all are picking your winners first. And somebody was trying to say, or I read it online that they said Natasha got the call. Who she get it from?
Who called her? Because she whooped good old-fashioned ass that night.
Yes, she did. She was very good and consistent in her being and being good. She was consistent in being good. Peaches was wonderful. Kendall was wonderful. Looked so handsome every time he
embodied, baby. You know what it is with Kendall too? Kendall has he has an air.
He has an essence.
Yes,
he has an essence.
It's a bit of arrogance mixed with a little confidence. You know what I'm saying?
Intimidation,
and I love it.
Should not be taken as he can't help that he's intimidating.
Listen, I love it. I love it.
Arrogance can't be confused.
It feels like he's so sure of himself.
That's where you go. That's where you go right there. It's being sure of yourself. When you have confidence in you, it's just what it is. You have to have confidence in you. You have to exude that. You have to smile. And he smiles. Everybody coming out there trying to
mug.
No. Show me that you're happy to be up here. Show me. See, I know you cooking. You turning it. Come on, crack a smile.
Crack a smile.
Yeah. Mary Edith Pitts taught me that. She said, you always trying to mug and twitch your nose. She said, smile.
Who you thought you was, Tommy Ross?
I don't know who I was. I was just trying to give you,
Tommy Ross has mastered that no smile thing.
Shavonna Brooks. Trying to give you the face, the old school, but Mary Edith Pitts changed that for me. She started smiling. And I smile. That is why I'm thank you, God. I believe that my muscles, because anytime I'd be in my car talking about,
That come from sucking massive dicks. Your face had to go
I
back
didn't
straight.
start sucking dick until last month, and I told you that's my new Bell's palsy exercise,
Yeah,
and
it
that
is.
was
That's
supposed to be.
veiny one too, because you told me too that you're a size queen.
No, I didn't.
You did. You said you
Oh.
put that man out because you told him the dick that he sent you make the dick draw over your house. You put the man out.
Bitch, if you dick fish me, I will look at you and say, put your clothes back on.
And get out of here.
And
That
don't
ain't
ever
the
hit
same.
me up again. I give him the same speech. Don't ever hit me up again, okay? But you are so late. Dominique, it is time that we start treating the contestants as the superior in pageantry. And like I was saying, when I went over to US of A and started, it already felt like I was a part of the family. Each and every year I've ever come. It's an experience like no other. Like, and when you all say retreats and family reunion, and I'm talking about the when we was at the what's the hotel, Ma? Um, what's the hotel where we got gathered in the garages? Dominique.
In the garages for
On the parking
USA?
decks. Yes, on the parking
Oh,
decks.
the Adams Mart.
No, bitch. Was it? Didn't it
We
start with
were
an
we
S?
were at the Adams Mart.
I can't. But anyway, even after the pageant, after the parking lot, we go to. It was just a big family reunion, and
Yeah.
Yes, it is,
that's
Morris. My
that's
birthday coming.
what that's. I think that a lot of times when we come, yes, in Dallas, Ma, a lot of times when we come to the pageants and stuff, it's let's take picture time.
Mm-hmm.
These girls coming from across the country and they're on
Yeah.
stage entertaining you, and they have flown from another state, and you all are in the lobby taking pictures. I think it's time for you all to bar people from going
Let
out
me get
until
egg.
unless they're purchasing from the vendors, although they're great. I think you all should ban them from lollygagging during the pageant in the lobbies and stuff. It's very rude and disrespectful for the queens to come to town and everybody's outside while they on stage and then making it look like they're performing the chairs. It's a lot of changes that should happen within pageantry. However, the main one is the contestant friendliness. I think if that you start seeing that this is someplace that is magical when I come, or contestants see I come here just to have fun, they'll start coming back.
So they need to make it an experience,
But
and
you
they
know
need.
what though, Shavonna,
Yes.
though? But you know, and I don't know if people get sick of me saying this. We don't have that issue at MGA. We just don't.
That's his listen, that's his own institution. And I'll never know about it because I'm fish. So I won't ever have the
Oh, they got film. They got film
you can
now.
come party.
Yeah,
You
yes,
can
they
come
do have
party.
film. They do have film, but the gay Americas is where it's at. I'm just saying
That's
what it
just
is.
what that was my introduction to pageantry, and even before I was just working as like someone that was helping Norman. Even then, you could just sense the relationships amongst the farmers, the contestants, the
Sisterhood.
promoters. It was
It's
just
called
it
a
was just
sisterhood.
but I felt that we had that at you don't feel that's still a thing with USA, or do you think
Yeah.
it has
When the
yeah
sisters get together, we have a time. As soon as we get to Dallas, we have it. We have a time. I'm telling you, it is. And when the sisters love you, eventually you'll win. You have to give respect where respect is due. And if you're going someplace and you don't like bitches that's in the institution, they're not gonna let you join. They're not gonna let you join.
I just haven't
Let
gotten
off,
into
let go.
the weed smoking part.
Well, you don't know what you're missing, sweetie.
Because well, I think I'm too old now.
No, you're not. There's still time.
But I love to drink. Ooh, I love to, honey. Give me a bottle of tequila, and it's a wrap.
No, thank you.
That
Crown Plaza.
will
Thank you.
get all that.
Crown
The
Plaza.
Crown Plaza.
The Crown Plaza. When
Mm.
we were
You said it
gathered there,
started with an S.
I did say it started with the S. What was I thinking of?
Sound
The
Plaza.
Crown Plaza. Okay.
Yes, the Crown Plaza. But we would have a time there. But it's you if it's not an experience, what what make it if it's always if I'm gonna lose and y'all gonna treat me bad, what the fuck I keep coming back for?
Yeah, because you know what I hate? I hate when they holler at the contestants in the back and just be yelling at the people. You know, like this last year, even with the Continental, and I was doing Rachel, like the man was hot. You can't come to. I said, but I gotta do her makeup. He was like, ah. I said, listen. I said, Rachel, you just want to come on the sidewalk? I'll do your makeup on the sidewalk, bitch, and see you inside. I ain't got time for these motherfucking hillbilly looking motherfuckers hollering at me. Cause listen, I'm still healing shit. And y'all be hollering at me and shit. Y'all gonna make me punch y'all in y'all motherfucking middle of your motherfucking eyes, bitch, and go cock at it.
At
So,
Miss
like,
Continental?
I hate that. Yeah, it was misconduct.
Oh wow. Well,
I hate
yes.
that. I
But
hate the way
see,
they holler at the
certain
contestants.
systems these girls are just gonna go to because they go to them. But I mean, and I'm too big of a girl. You just can't talk to me that way. I think people see that when they walk in the room. So I've never had that experience over there, and they've been very nice and respectful to me. I just have never had that experience. However, in pageantry, I've seen it done so much with contestants, and this is why you all don't have the numbers that you deserve. It is because that there are no avenues made. Have something for them when they get to registration. It is early in the morning. You ask them to come up there. You ain't got no coffee, no donuts, no nothing. Saying welcome, no welcome. Hey, we're glad you're here. Here's a pen. Here's a shirt. Here's a teddy bear. When my daddy Lawrence had his preliminary, he had the most beautiful set up for contestants, and it was just gorgeous.
And
When
you know
I
what else, Shavonna? Gone are the days where these contestants will take anything and be treated any kind of way just to compete for a pageant because they have to. These new kids, they don't give a damn. They ain't got to come and do your pageant. It's so many pageants out here that they can go do that, whatever the big pageant, they still can do the same thing they doing. They still get to do the walks.
they got
They
Miss
still get to
Monday
start
Night
promo.
here in Chicago. Miss Monday Night gave out $2,000, sweetie.
What?
2 fat ass stacks for Miss Monday Night.
Miss Monday Night.
They don't have to come do your national pageant that's giving away $700 tonight and $300 at the give up.
Listen to me.
They can go be Miss Monday Night and have a nice fat wallet, But I believe that there is room for it and it can happen. You just have to set people into positions that are going to take advantage of it and make it happen. You have to treat people with some kind of decency in order to make them feel welcome in the first place, to even want to be there, and give them encouragement throughout their experience there, because they're there to put on a show for your system. Without them, you can't have a show, boo.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so true. Well, how do we get that?
We get that by showing what we did. Just like you up in the packages, excuse me, you up in the packages and stuff and making y'all giving away this, make it where you're making the contestants the focal point of the weekend. It shouldn't be about the formers. The formers should have their own bonds and stuff but it should be about the contestants. The contestants should be gathered around and welcome, and hey, you need anything from all of the formers, not just some. Some of them walk around like like I said. That ain't some, and that's what people gravitate towards. I try to teach this to all of the younger generation. People gravitate towards a person who's filled with humility. When the public notices that you know that you're sickening, they no longer think you're sickening.
I always say that. The moment you give yourself credit, then they mad at you. As long as they hold you up, you could take
It's
the
okay,
compliment.
but
If you
the
compliment
soon
yourself, or you some arrogant bitch you think they are. Let me just be the first to tell you, you don't need permission to call yourself great.
yes, That's being sure of yourself. But there is a thin line between cockiness and
between
humility.
love
Yes.
and hate.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Cockiness can also be confused for being humble. And being humble is when I tell you you are absolutely beautiful. And you tell me, thank you so much. That means so much to me. Being cocky is you are so beautiful. Oh, bitch, didn't I paint tonight? Oh, so you already knew you was sickening.
Or they don't say nothing at all. They just look
Yeah.
and
I
give you
usually
like
tell
a
people I usually tell people the same thing. Thank you, I know. But you know, that's just because I'm so
Hey, Bishop.
hey Bishop.
Yes, but I believe that these are things that we as a community, not even as a black community, not as any type of it's one part community. I believe we as a pageant community could stand to do, and that is really make your pageant surrounded around your contestants. You can't have it without them. You can't
Right.
have it without them. Start showing them the love for showing up. It is
But you
very
got the
Right.
hard.
old guards. You got the old guards that's still in charge of everything. And
Get them the fuck
but they
out.
but they're just like old politicians, like even like Mitch McConnell, who they have to plug up daily, and they be leaving him off the charge and shit, and he be glitching and shit. Still in politics. They don't want to leave these posts. So you got the old guards who know that there need to be some kind of change
The
to make
only
the
thing that
pageant a
is
bit more effective,
the
but they
only
won't
thing that
do it.
is inevitable in life is change.
But they don't
So
see it that way.
so you if you can't take it from that lead, what are you doing? And to tell you the truth, at some point in time, you're gonna have to train one of these babies to do the work that you're doing.
Yeah.
You're not gonna live forever. And see, that's what I'm saying. Nobody trained me on how to handle or take care of death. You know, nobody. I
Well,
didn't. You did.
that's just something you got to just
But
go through.
that is something that's gonna happen.
You got to go through. I always say this
It's
right here.
it's
This what make me feel better with death. And I don't know how everybody else process death. It's the only thing we truly know that's going to happen.
it's coming.
It's inevitable. As
It's
sure as a
coming.
person is born, they should surely die. And that helps me out a lot with death because I've experienced death of the closest people of my life. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, whoa. But I like to count. I like to count. I like to count my wins more so than my losses. So instead of me feeling away because they gone, I just start appreciating what they was to me in my life. Like what if I was saying like my life is better because at some point these people entered my life. I knew like going to church and me growing up as a child, I went to so many funerals. I knew that sooner or later everybody would meet that fate. That's why I thought it was always important to treat the people that I love with so much respect and show them love while they was here so that I won't have so many regrets. I'm a person who don't hold grudges. You can say the most outlandish things about me or whatever it is. I know how to get past it because I understand people. People are going to people. So I don't hold grudges no long time because we ain't got long here no way. As long as it's seen, we don't really have long. So
No,
I don't carry that with me, you know.
you're not supposed to. That's called having a free spirit, and not everybody has that advantage. But I'm just saying, like I think that we have to pass the torch at some point in time,
That's
and
true.
a lot of people think that they're going to live forever, or that no one is prepared to do what they have done or know how to do. But how will they know until you show them? But they so focused on stealing music from a motherfucker and a bitch's pantomime moves. And everybody want to say, ain't
Who be
even
doing
no
their lips like
motherfucker,
that?
ain't no trembling in the word the. And y'all,
Who be doing their mouth like that?
listen, It is now customary to do the quiver when you are tearing up a ballad, I guess. But I'm just saying that's what they're learning instead of learning how to put on one of these big productions like my granny would do, like, because we have not gotten the productions that we have gotten from the stars of the century since Naisha had a hand on it. I mean, it was powerful when she would come up with some of that stuff, and we were
If you
into
miss
it.
those times, you miss some good times. We really
Yes,
had shows back in the day. Like
we were treated. We were treated.
I,
The
I'm,
Monday night
I'm
show was something to see.
yes, it was. I'm. That's why I look at drag and I be like, man, where are these people at? Do you remember those type of how they used to compete back in the days? Like, it wasn't just one good girl in the pageant. It was 4 or 5 of them bitches.
And they all drove together.
Them Florida girls would come down here and show us some fashions that we had never seen in our goddamn life. These girls would have whole ostriches on their fucking gowns and fully beaded rhinestone gowns, sports. It was like, where are these people getting these ideas from? You know, Chicago would bring they flair. Y'all was the fishiest girls. Y'all was like, it was just all these people from everywhere with different walks of life, but all polished. And you was like, damn, I miss those pageant days. And they weren't
And
doing gospel like that.
no, they was doing it, but the girls who usually brought out the Whamma Bammas, you know, they was getting work for the Gospels. I'm gonna just tell you like it is. But
Rella used to tear gospel up, baby.
oh yeah, couldn't nobody work it like her.
Oh, Rella,
She
shout
was
out
in
to
a
Rella. I wonder what she Rella, come talk to us.
she's in
Rella,
a
where you at?
she's making money doing just fine out there in Florida, baby. She ain't thought about this shit. But
Boys and men
again,
doing fine too. They doing just fine.
listen, I want to tell you guys something.
Okay.
Um, it's a new breed of entertainers that are getting ready to storm, and they need to be made way for. You know, I don't think we're opening up the floor enough no more. Ain't no more contests around this country. When I started, we had contests.
They have them at Bulldog. They starting the contest back over there.
We had contest. No, I'm talking about everybody did the contest, bitch.
Oh,
Everybody. If you wanted to be on the show, you did the contest.
contest.
Yeah. What happened in those days? This is where the kids get their start. This is where they get their foundation from. Contests. Being able to come and sign up and do a show. It's
You
called
taking your
open
gospel where, Taji?
to bed. Uh, but contest was the stepping stone into getting into this business, and then after that, what came pageantry. You know, so I don't know. I just think the community has some work to do, as far as shows and stuff goes, and I'm looking forward to see the changes in pageantry because it is possible, and I think that a lot of promoters and things should get on board because there are a lot of wonderful promoters that the people don't know they are wonderful because it's kept secret. But if you start at registration, it'll carry over.
I know that's right. But before I let you go, I know we've been talking for a minute. We've been talking down to 3 hours. And I know Dominique getting sleepy back there. I know she got to work. But if
Girl,
you
fuck
can
that
leave us,
job.
fuck that job. No, she need her
She
money,
owed
man.
it,
She need her
honey.
money. Shavonna, if you can leave us with something, what would it be? Like some really great bit of advice or something that's helped you through your life and your journey. What would you leave us with?
Um, if it's one thing I can leave you guys with, I would have to say, s- you know I'm stupid. You know I'm stupid. I would have to tell the people that it's okay for you to be a pleasant person. It's so many bitches out here already. So it's okay for you to be the one that's pleasant to people and speak to someone, even if you don't know them. And, stop sizing folks up like you sickening, because you're not.
Mm.
You're the same as I. We both bleed the same color. I don't care what you have on. I don't care what's in your bank account, what's in your wallet. I'm a human just like you. And I'm going to embrace you with respect and love, and I expect it in return. There's too many times when you go out to these functions and when folks don't know you, they looking at you like, just because they don't know you. I hate that because I'm a personable person and I'm really nice to people, just don't get in my space like you know me. But I think we can stand for that change as well in our community, because a lot of people put themselves on pedestals that they don't belong on because you don't wash your fucking feet.
Mm.
But that's what I want to leave you with. Thank you, Jesus.
Mm.
Hallelujah.
Thank you, Lord. And we didn't even talk about how big you are in gospel and the Clark sisters and Aretha Franklin and the Barrett singers
It's really
and
not a
Maddie Moss
lot.
Clark.
I'm so well
Vanessa Bell
versed in
Armstrong.
I'm so well versed and rooted in gospel. It's ridiculous. I can tell you music, period. I mean, I love music. So when I hear a song, usually if it's a sample, I usually know where it came from or how many
Mhm.
times it's been redone. Love Sensation is my biggest piss off for letting a bitch hear one of my tunes. But that took you bitches by storm. And no tea, go ahead, mistress, and everybody else who took it from you.
Okay.
But that started with mother.
With Mother. The innovator, the
Yes,
originator.
there you go. I mean, Aretha Franklin, the song I did Sunday, Martha Wash, Diana Ross, reach 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
I
and
always want you to do
stretch.
that for talent.
You lost it on your computer, so I don't have a copy of it no more, and I mixed that.
Oh, goodness.
It goes on and on because I love music. If you need a talent, I'm charging 500. Hit me up.
And there you have it. And Shavonna, you're not performing nowhere, but when do you plan on getting back to the stage really, really soon? Can the people expect to see you?
Yes, I come where they'll have me, and eventually I'll start booking myself out a little bit more. I mean, I'm fortunate and blessed enough to return to any stage I've ever graced because I'm a professional and I don't have bad blood anywhere, so I can
What
book
color is
myself.
your blood?
Uh-huh.
I'm just
It ain't bad, bitch, but yeah, I plan on returning to the stage very soon. So look out because I'll be somewhere near you, and I'll be competing in the next coming year or
But you can't tell
so.
the people where. Can you tell the people where?
No, it's none of your business. You'll know where
Oh,
I'm coming when I get there.
I heard
I'm
that.
I'm not a person who competes like that. I don't want a
Okay.
bitch to get ready for me. Just no,
Yeah.
I see you when I see you.
And if I
Yeah.
don't
Girls,
see you,
girls who do that. Oh, I picked my prelim. It's blah blah. Who gives a fuck?
some girls know they be shaking it up. They get the girls a little nervous.
I don't do that. Just if you're gonna beat us, and usually 9 times out of 10, when I go somewhere, it's gonna be 5 girls there anyway. So I don't do that. You come and Princess Brandy told me ain't nobody gonna ask you to do the pageant. If you gonna do it, do it. Cause I'd be like, they ain't call me and ask me. Ain't nobody asking you to do shit. If you're gonna do it, do it.
Do it.
Don't nobody care
And
if you
just
do
don't
it.
ride on the road with her to the pageant because she gonna listen to Ricky Dillon all the way there. And it's all 3-part harmony, 3-part choir.
You,
Oh,
you,
oh, oh, oh,
you
oh, oh,
you
oh, oh,
can't
oh.
take that I can reach the mountaintop in a song,
And
sweetie.
the valley low. And the valley low.
You are mad at my abilities to be in a soprano. And it's okay, Trent. You like Gladys Knight down there on the bottom.
No,
But
I'm a Whitney Houston fan. She should be on the top.
she had nothing special about her voice. It was just strong.
Oh, oh.
Now you
Thank you for having Shavonna, thank you so much for spending your night with us. It's been it's been really,
it
really great.
started and ended with Aretha, sweetie.
No.
Yes.
Let me tell you something.
You can't tell me shit. She was the blueprint.
Let me tell you what she was. She couldn't dress, and her hair was ragged all the time. and they put Avon makeup on her face for
Sweetie,
very many years.
Aretha did her
And
own
she used to
makeup. You
sit
wasn't
down,
getting none of
and
her
it
money.
looked like
She
it.
only worked
And
with
it looked like
African American designers because she would
No,
only
she didn't.
support her people. And on top of that, she wasn't interested in what you thought of her fashion. She was an African American woman who had
She
a
wasn't even
gift.
interested in fashion. She never wore any. And I
Sweetie,
love
that's not what
Aretha. I love Aretha.
that's not what they gave her a doctorate in. They gave it to her in
And they
music.
say she used to drive around town ordering troughs of chitlins so she can sit in there and eat it. The same thing they feed horses out of.
No,
Now, I love Aretha. We ain't
sweetie,
finna go
she
here.
went through drive-throughs getting Big Macs, not chitlins, sag.
It was
Let me get
chitlins.
off here.
By the
Now
truck.
you done got me. Where's the end button?
You've
The
had to
fuck that.
think. Let me tell you something.
Oh, and she truly left too. She said
And you know I
goodbye.
listen, Dominic, we have fights about Whitney and fucking Aretha. Do you hear me?
No, ma'am. She said goodbye. I'm out of here.
Oh my God. I enjoy Shavonna. I always enjoy
Oh,
Shavonna.
Shavonna is a good time gal.
She's such a good time, child. Listen, thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight. We had a good time talking to Shavonna. I know we started late, so thank y'all for sticking in with us all night long. We really, really do appreciate it. Next week we have, to me, one of the funniest people on social media. She's just a true diva. The Mama Braxton, Tatiana Braxton. Next week we talk to her about her life and where she's at now and all the work she's doing in the community. Hey Najee. Oh, wait a minute, Shavonna.
Oh, Shavonna went there.
She
all
might
right,
listen.
well, y'all have a blessed night.
Shavonna, don't start no shit. Let me talk about that bitch had them titties down to her motherfucking ankles, bitch. Don't let me talk about that nappy head ass bitch, them ugly ass hairstyles she had when Whitney had some bad hair. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. I love Aretha now. I'm trying to have some RESPCT for her now. Whitney had a habit, and so did Aretha, and her habit was pig's feet and chilling.
I don't eat that stuff.
But anyway, thank y'all so much. We'll see y'all next week. Thank you, Dominique. I can tell your ass ready to lay down, honey. It's been a day for you. Love you, Taji. That girl's so crazy.
Shavonna is over cracking up.
Yes, she is. All right. I'll see y'all next week, y'all. Love you. Mean it. Bye-bye.